Alrighty folks, hello and welcome to another stream for Apollo's Vipers, and today we are not doing our normal stream day. No, indeed, today normally we have a day off and instead we wait until Wednesdays and Saturdays, but you know what? Hello, Sproke. We happen to have a fantastic opportunity today. Heavy metal has now dropped, which is giving people access to 8 brand new mechs, 8 brand new weapon systems, a whole new Flashpoint campaign, and a whole ton of other stuff, but we've been playing with that sort of stuff for quite a while, so instead of joining the heavy metal hype, I decided we're going to stream another episode of RogueTech. We're going to continue with Apollo's Vipers. After all, hello CMO28X, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us for this wonderful Thursday evening. But since we already have, you know, a Marauder and a Warhammer and a Timberwolf and a Mad Dog and mini catapults, I figure it might be better just to continue to play RogueTech and enjoy things like ammunition switching and the larger lance sizes. So, with a quick check just to make sure that we have spent all of our money on things that we can't afford to use anyway, let us prepare to set out on a mission. I probably should have set this up in advance just so I could jump immediately on into things, but who cares? Pride and Vanity sounds like a perfect mission name just to begin with us. Now, we are currently down a little bit on cash. We have 821,487 C-bills. We need to make 2 million. Can't wait for the next chapter of Apollo's bankruptcy. You can wish that, but you will fail. No, Apollo is going to continue being incredibly solvent. Alright, so we cannot actually drop it with number 7 because we don't have a sufficient number of control slots, but we do have 6 mechs in this company. So we're, of course, going to bring our Marauder and our Warhammer on this grand adventure. And I think we'll fill in the last slot with, let's bring Lego along for the ride. It's been a while since our little mascot has had an opportunity to have some fun. Hello, Ghost of Lizard. You missed a mech on your checklist from the last stream. It was a Warhawk. That was the Masakari. So, Warhawk Masakari, it's the same mic. Alright, so we're going to bring the barbecue pult, we're going to bring the Not a Mad Dog, we're going to bring the Lego as well. Good afternoon. What did we lose last night? We lost everything. The entire company has been shattered. Actually, no, we're actually doing pretty good. We sold off a couple of mechs we weren't really using all that much anyway, so things should be grand. At least that's the hope. So we, of course, have our Timberwolf, our Marauder, our Mad Dog, or our Not a Mad Dog, and our Mad Dog. The Wells Fargo wagon, as well as a barbecue pult and Lego. Who's going to drive Lego? None other than, I believe it'll be T-Bone. Alright, so T-Bone's going to be bringing along little Lego as we go on our first mission since having gotten most of our teeth kicked in the last mission. We ran into, what was it, 9 assault mechs? And it was lovely. Let's see. While we're deploying on this mission, I'm going to see if I can't remember all of the mechs. There were 2 Highlander 2Cs. There was a Masakari, which is also known as a Warhawk. There was a Dire Whale, an Orion 2C, and then, there was a Timberwolf. There's 2 more that I'm missing, at least. Maybe even 3. Dire Whale, Timberwolf. The Exterminator, which is a 65-ton mech that we found out. I thought it was a little bit heavier than it actually was. Whole bunch of artillery and anti-aircraft batteries with all kinds of heavy weapon systems. Oh yes, the Stone Rhino! Oh god, how could I forget that thing? Yeah, the clans managed to bring their Stone Rhino in for the ride, and that was less than enjoyable to being fired at from an American Civil War era super heavy mech. Now the clans, of course, converted down to be a 100-tonner, but still, not exactly pleasant to get shot at by that. Although Sproke has argued vehemently that the Dire Whale is far more dangerous, and he may be right on the danger approach, but he's not as right on the intimidation approach, because I have a mech which was devised by one of the most evil men in all of Battletech, and it's now stomping right towards me with its twin Gauss rifles and twin pulse lasers. Yeah, not exactly a pleasant feeling to be shot at by. There were a couple of other mechs, I just can't remember them at the moment. It was rather ugly, although we did kill the Masakari, we also killed the Timberwolf, did we get it? We got 2 of the assaults, I know that much. Oh yes, there was a Warhammer 2C. Aha, yes, that was our 80-tonner assault mech. Almost forgot about that one. How could I forget about everybody's favorite mech? It's one of the reasons why everybody's so hyped about today's heavy metal drop. Although we've been, fielding this Marauder for the past little while. Alrighty, let's get a look at all our lovely little beauties, along with a demonstratably terrifying lightning effect to go with it. Alright, so we of course have Exodus in the barbecue pult, which happens to be a catapult Mark III, very tiny with a whole bunch of LRMs and MML-10s, so it can basically barbecue somebody in fairly short order. Punisher is driving the Wells Fargo wagon, which happens to be a Mad Dog, or a Vulture if you're from the Inner Sphere, like, well, personally I am, but we try not to hold it against me too much, I'm told. Mad Dog equipped with a whole ton of ATMs, medium lasers, and a little light tag to go along with the side. Lego, that looks strange. What looks strange? Our little mini catapult? Then we, of course, we have Jester driving Sprogue's Marauder. It is equipped with 4 ER large lasers and a Gauss rifle to go with it. Apollo's drawing out his new Timberwolf, which we're actually having a lot of fun with. It's got a UAC 20 on it, as well as a whole bunch of MMLs with close range weapons. Specifically, they're equipped with acid SRMs. We can switch between our acid or our dead fires on this thing for when we need to do maximum damage. Also, the Ultra Autocannon 20 is a nice little touch for a lot of extra fun. Arclight, of course, driving the not a mad dog, because it's not actually a mad dog. This was named for very specific reasons. I highly suggest you check out the previous episode where it got named, but it is equipped with a pair of ERPPCs and an MRM-40 with improved ammunition. And then, of course, T-Bone bringing the Lego, our little channel mascot, who is an urban mech with a silver bullet gas rifle and has proven to be absolutely adorable. Alright, so now that the introductions are out of the way, let us get underway to see if we can't blow something up. We have a Wolf support lance and an enemy unit. Now, the current setup that we're playing, RogueTech, happens to have map sizes that are 4 times the size of the normal map. You'll actually recognize most of these locations as in the normal game, it sort of splits them up and separates them sort of throughout the map. However, we have access to the entire unregulated map, which means enemies can spawn basically everywhere. You can land on top of somebody or literally across the map from someone and have a nice little enjoyable nature hike to go along for the ride. Of course, in the desert biome, which is going to make life extra unfun for several of our mechs, unfortunately, because they are kind of toasty. Specifically, the Marauder is going to be very toasty. That Gauss rifle is chill as all heck, but it then brings on the quartet of large lasers, and that is going to be a little bit of work in order to keep chill. Was extra rings added since yesterday? No, the extra rings have always been there. So there is the ECM ring, the jamming ring, the sensors ring, and of course the anti-missile defense system ring if you happen to be in a mech that has one of them. I actually don't think we have any mechs that are equipped with advanced AMS systems. I gotta stop saying that. Oh, I will never be able to stop saying AMS system. I'm really interested to see how the Not a Mad Dog works, because if this Warhammer works as well as I'm hoping it will, it's gonna be good. It's actually a Royal Warhammer with a modified heatsink kit for maximum heat suppression and threshold. I believe, if I recall my bonuses correctly on this mech, it has a 5% weapon heat reduction, which helps out quite a lot with those toasty ERPPCs. We are, of course, on the most latest recent patch as of 10:30 this morning of RogueTech, which has fixed a whole ton of stuff, so hopefully we won't run into the same technical issues that we had yesterday because we weren't fully patched up, as well as all kinds of additional little fun things that will hopefully make the game run nice and smoothly. As usual, however, we have deactivated our additional AI because the additional AI has proven itself to be dumb. Alright, what do we got here? We are looking at an Arctic Fox, so a nice little clan mech, a crab, which you may recognize from the Flashpoint DNCL, and a Mad Dog. So we get to see who has the superior Mad Dog. Alright, let's position ourselves to do exactly that. Mr. Barbecue Pult, you are in range to engage people. It's only a 13% accuracy. Do I just want to check something? Oh my. A dual Hag 20. Sprogue, this mech was clearly meant for you. Let's go target the one with the easiest chance to hit. That'll be the Arctic Fox, because it's the lowest armor. Also, it's packing an ERPPC, which is going to be quite dangerous. We would prefer it not to actually hit us. Oh, a fairly decent amount of damage done there with the MMLs. If you want us to take the crab, we can, but I kind of think we're beyond that point. Besides, you have a Marauder. Why are you trying to cheat on your Marauder with the crab? Oh, designed a Marauder exactly the way he wanted, and all he wants is a new mech. With, you know, heavy large lasers. A Pack Hunter. I'm being honest, I'm not quite familiar with that mech at all. Anybody know anything about a Pack Hunter? Or maybe it's a hero version of like an Arctic Fox. Arctic Fox? Arctic Cheetah? Ice Ferret, maybe? It's not quite clear. We're gonna have to wait until we can actually see it a little bit more directly so we can because crabs have heavy large lasers. Oh, we could definitely need heavy large lasers, especially for the Cauldronborn. Kind of want to rip out a couple of the Cauldronborn's ATMs and replace them with heavy large lasers just for the maximum amount of fun. Alright, Jester, where be ye? Your Marauder is lagging behind a bit, but a sniping position would suit you quite well. You might even be able to have one here should they continue to come forward, which they might. They are Clan Wolf after all, which means they're dumb dogs. There's a mech called the Pack Hunter, 30-tonner. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. So 30-tonner, actually we're looking at 2 light mechs, because we got that Arctic Cheetah around as well. Lego keeping up with the pack with his super special silver bullet Gauss rifle, which is actually a ton of fun. The Not a Mad Dog, our little Marauder. By little, I mean 70 tons of fun is about to come by. Hello, Mr. T405. Glad to have you along for the ride with us on this one. It's nice to see familiar faces, even though we're not streaming on our traditional day. We're just going to sort of enjoy it and hopefully get Apollo out of potential bankruptcy. I want to give the Mad Dog a little bit of love, but I don't want to waste my ER. Ooh, maybe now? Yes, now is the time to use our ERs. Let's fire 24 ATMs, Advanced Tactical Missiles, for all the lovely damage. We only hit a couple of times, but it was only like an 18% chance to hit, so we may as well go with that one anyway. Alright, Barbecue Pult, we're going to run you on for it. I'd like to get a direct line of sight, if at all possible, because you can light somebody on fire, and I'd love to have another Mad Dog. Especially for the 70-ton Mad Dog. Oh, we got a Wolverine off in the background, but is it actually a Wolverine? Oh, okay, it was just the sight line that was making things a little bit more difficult for us to figure out. Alright, show me this. You're 25. Can I switch you on over to... Ooh, SRMs are 28% accurate. Could go with the Infernos. I think we shall. So let's see if we can't start a little bit of a barbecue. First things first, though, of course, we're going to sensor lock to make sure the Mad Dog can be locked onto. Turek has saved my brain from working on this failure modes and effects analysis evaluation. Are you working in the machine shop? Because you know what, it sounds like you really are. Is my sound up too high? It was! I was listening to music way too loudly. I was wondering why everything seemed super noisy. Alright, so the Mad Dog has been fired at by Inferno weapons. It's basically how do things break, and how do you analyze how things break. So we are utilizing our Inferno ammunition. Unlike the implementation that is currently being done in heavy metal, Inferno ammo is an ammunition type for any missile launcher that you can pick, except for maybe ATMs. So we have LRMs, which have normal and incendiary ammo for a little bit of extra heat damage. But we also have what's called an MML, a multi-missile launcher, which allows us to fire either LRMs or SRMs in Inferno ammunition types. Inferno SRMs are more effective than Inferno LRMs. Teach me this game, can you drop 6 mechs? Everyone else only has 4. We are playing RogueTech, which is a mod for vanilla, and yes, you can drop up to 8 mechs, in fact. Provided, of course, you have the Argo upgrades to do it. We're currently chomping our way all the way back down. In fact, we used to be playing with a full 8 mechs before they managed to fully integrate that functionality into the mod itself. So, yes, RogueTech giving us a lot of different options to play with, as well as our little Timberwolf up here. So let's bring the Timberwolf on in and see if we can't get a decent shot. It's not tremendous, and I kind of want to save this mech alive, but for demonstration purposes, let's fire the Ultra Autocannon, as well as his Acid SRMs. Didn't manage to hit him with any of that, but some of our Acid SRMs have managed to nail the target for their extra anti-armor damage, as well as making this mech even more vulnerable to incoming damage in the next coming rounds. He does have a C3 Master, and firing his HAG is Hyper Assault Gauss, which is basically a machine gun for a Gauss rifle, or perhaps an LBX in forms of Gauss rifle form. It's a very terrifying weapon, although I think we may have him beat. What do you think, Sprog? Should we blow him up or should we save him? Actually, anybody in the chat, do we want to blow him up or save him? 73% Lego, of course, as always. Devious, deadly, and let's see if we can't get a headshot. Whoops, I fired in scrap mode. Let's try not to do that again. Please tell me you didn't break the gun. Did you fire it in scrap and not break? So, for once, T-Bone has managed to not break one of my weapon systems. That's lovely. You're going to break things, so let me know if you do. Yep. But yeah, Zero, if you want to, feel free to watch along, or check down below. We have a link to our YouTube channel where we play this mod pretty regularly, so you can find out a lot of information about it. I really kind of want to shoot the Pack Hunter. I mean, the ATMs have such a good shot on this Mad Dog, though. I kind of want to kill it. Oh yeah, we did get this for money. Good point. All right, let's go for full Warlord on these guys. Show me, Mr. Mad Dog. I am the superior Mad Dog. I'm going to go standard ATMs. Yeah, standard ATMs. Oh wait, I have... Oh, I thought for a moment that I actually had high explosive, but they're doing 9 damage because the acid has increased the percent of damage he's about to take. So let's fire away. Oh, the good shots on that one. Hyper Assault Gauss ammo destroyed. He's now unsteady and vulnerable. Wait, what? Did HE switch to cash forwards? Yeah, unfortunately, I actually have to make money. I don't like doing this. I prefer to get the stuff. But for once, we're actually kind of in debt quite a bit, and there's 11 days before the end of the month, and we're like 1.2 billion C-bills in debt. So we kind of need to get out of that. Yeah, this is the mech we were planning putting HE ammo on. Oh, we should do that then, at some point, because the HE ammo is amazing. It does 4 additional damage compared to normal ammunition, but it's not quite as long range. The ER, of course, does less damage, but is long range, so it's a more true-to-life version of what ATMs are actually supposed to be. Alright, let's bring in our Marauder and see if we can't get some real damage done, although it doesn't look like Jester's going to have a good time of this one. 40%, so maybe he'll get lucky. Gauss rifle missed, but he nailed him with 2 of the ER large lasers and knocked him down from the fight. Brutal mass destruction core then. Yes, it seems we are going to have to try. I guess my gun to the head strategy worked. Oh, no. I didn't want to take it for money, but we had to. We had to get all that money. Yep. Now, we are taking 1 of 5 priority salvage, so we will actually be able to take one important thing. Let's bring our not a mad dog forward. This is, of course, our Marauder, named because, well, there was a mission with a mad dog that I wanted, because I didn't really want the Marauder, and we ended up not getting it. We're going to fire our MRM in improved mode, so it has additional accuracy and 5 damage. Do we want to Warlord this one? I think we're going to core him out quite nicely. So, twin ERPPC, and he's dead. Oh, yes, their mad dog did not stand a chance against our Marauder. This is why it's not a mad dog. I'll have to happen eventually. No, I thought I took 1 of 5. If we took 0 of 1, I'm going to be disappointed in myself. Because I like to have that additional choice of maybe that one important piece of equipment. Like, say, a Clan Double Heatsink Kit, which we could have had there. Or a Heavy Large Laser off a Crab, which would have been really fun. Alright, Punisher, bring the Wells Fargo wagon, and it is actually a surprisingly good brawler, assuming I can get a line of sight on anything. Unfortunately, we can't. It also is a fairly reliable long-range indirect fire weapon, since it happens to be equipped with ATMs, which are possibly the greatest weapon ever devised. I shall avoid firing at the crab just to see if we can't save it, and continue my bombardment on the Arctic Cheetah. So he must be rained death and destruction. Hello, Vanguard! I lied to you, what I do. See, it says, so I updated to heavy metal, and going back to vanilla after being a RogueTech was quite a shock. 65MX far less sturdy and less devastating. Yes, it's the evasion. The lack of awesome evasion and good electronic countermeasure means you get shot a lot more. So, vanilla can be an incredibly interesting and difficult experience. It's 0 of 1. Oh, that sucks. 8 mech drops in the stream title. I only seen 6. Oh, yes, we did lie. We're not up to that yet, but we could get up to 8 mechs. We've only managed despicable clickbait. How dare we, sir? Yes, unfortunately, a little bit of clickbaiting going on there, I suppose, because we used to have 8 mech drops, and then Lady Electo and her team of fantastic modders managed to integrate it into the Argo upgrade schemes, and now there's actual Argo upgrades specifically for this line of control, which is both cool and frustrating. Want to take you for a ride heavy metal? We're going to see what sort of heavy metal we can rain down on the enemy. The barbecue pulled, or the Lego, or, of course, let's bring in the Timberwolf. Can the Timberwolf get a direct line of sight? It can! Oh, please tell me the Timberwolf can blow something up, because I really want to see this Timberwolf kill something. Pair of A-pods and an ARPPC. That's actually really kind of disappointing, not going to lie. Oh, we nailed him with one of the cannon shells, and then we followed up with the acid SRMs, which has managed to max out his stability bar. Did we blow off a leg there? Oh, we did. He's missing his leg, and down goes the back hunter. Is that a mini Hollander? Looks like a mini Hollander. We don't have dozens of Nuix. Well, the mod does. The mod may even have hundreds of Nuix. Hello, Drixon. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us on this wonderful night of playing RogueTech on the day that we don't normally play RogueTech. Having a little bit of fun with people. I think I'll save Lego, because Lego will be a bit slow, and we'll rush on the catapult and see if I can't get a line of sight on anything, or maybe I just bombard you. The temperature is slightly out of control. Although, if we're only firing our SRMs 23%, you know, I'm going to chill out for a round, let this mech sort of handle the heat, because he warms up quite quickly with those big MMLs. And then Lego can reserve, actually. See if they'll come over the ridge. That way Lego can have a shot so he can annihilate somebody with his silver bullet Gauss rifle. Alright, looks like our little buddy over there is being jammed. We got an Ares plasma tank on the way, and incoming missiles, but the barbecue pult does not care. His integrated laser anti-missile system managing to handle 6 of those 30 missiles, and the rest didn't manage to do this. We are in the middle of a desert, man. We have to keep some form of control on this. The Marauder, on the other hand, has a couple of these interesting shots. Let's go take a peek at them. Could shoot at the guy on the ground or the guy who's driving. It's a Svantavit IFV, equipped with a pair of machine guns, 2 LRM-6s, and 2 SRM-4s, all of which is clan gear. However, I'm going to see if I can't focus down on blowing up our little buddy over here. How much armor do you have? You have 90. Theoretically, I can kill you. Let's give it a shot. Quad large laser. And, of course, Gauss one's actually hitting, and that scored him quite nicely out. So we got another mech offline. We have destroyed 40% of the enemy reinforcements. They're not dropping in lances of 4 in RogueTech. No siree. We are in the middle of a clan space fighting Clan Wolf. They are dropping in stars of 5. So we have managed to take out 2 of those 5 mechs from the reinforcement lines. Of course, because we're playing on RogueTech's big battles with the massive maps of 4 times the normal size, we of course are looking at an additional support lance just thrown in for fun, because, you know, eventually we are going to have 8 mechs, and the game wants to be ready for the balance on that one. Alright, let's bring our Marauder on forward. It has a target, and hopefully it can turn this target into glue. Decent shot on that. In fact, I'm going to Warlord it for the maximum accuracy. It only has large lasers, not the heavies, so it's a very disappointing crab. It's not a crab 2C. And nailed him with both of those clan ERPPCs, tearing a huge hole in him, and the MRM just going to town with that accuracy. Is he already unsteady? He's gosh darn close to it, so we might have him down really fast. Although that plasma tank has a plasma rifle that I want. Plasma guns are amazing, and I need to have them in my life, especially for the Jadehawk. The Jadehawk needs as many plasma rifles as I can cram into that thing. I just need to find them. Oh man, that MRM ammunition. Well, normally I press space to go through it, but I'm trying to give a little bit of, beauty shots for people to pay attention to. I figure because a lot of people are looking over in this direction because heavy metal just dropped and they don't know about RogueTech, it might be interesting to give them some of the beautiful eye candy that RogueTech has to offer with all of these lovely mechs, including T-Bone's little Lego. Yes, he has a shot on multiple targets. All right, take aim at Mr. Crab over here. Let's see if we can't blow his head off. Do you have an XL engine? Do I have enough data to tell that? You have an engine. You do not have an XL, so I could possibly tear you off. I'm just going to fire a standard shell into you. And nailed him. Looks like it was CT even. So he is now very much unsteady, and if we move for him, we're going to knock him right over. I hope they fully unlock the bull shark to be used by enemies and obtainable outside the flashpoint. Will be interesting to see how the coil guns work with mask supercharger D9 iron engines. Well, I can tell you at the current iteration, from what I've heard from developers of RogueTech, they don't intend to use the coil gun yet. They are exploring the option. They want to kind of think about how they want to implement it, and it may actually be useful for things like lance weaponry, which would be really interesting. However, I don't think coils are going to be in the game base proper. However, I do also hope that for heavy metal users that they will unlock the bull shark, because that seems too cool of a mech not to have just available to whoever wants it. Okay, barbecue bolt, you have a shot right here. It's an obstructed shot, but you have fairly decent accuracy. Because you have clan LRMs, you have no minimum range. I'm going to set from incendiary to damage because we're going to kill this guy. So full listen kill SRMs and standard LRMs, of course, from the clan persuasion. Let's see if we can't annihilate a crab and flood him with fire. Oh, it's close, but no cigar, but he will be falling over unless the pilot wants to eject. That is, of course, an option to him in RogueTech. If the pilot gets too panicked and terrified as what's going on, he's feeling stressed right now, he may decide to pull the handle and get the heck out of the mech, just like the players can. What's Discord? If you press space, you'll be pressed for space while flying through the space to give yourself some space. Oh, that was bad, and you know it. I still think you should ban puns. We can't ban puns. If we banned puns, half the traffic of the Discord would disappear. Or at least half of the day traffic. The night traffic tends to talk about other things. Although today's traffic managed to talk quite a bit about the design of the Lego versus the design of the Red Reaper. And while I appreciate the support, guys, seriously, the Red Reaper just kicks the crap out of Lego pretty much every day of the week. Although he is our mascot, so he wins in popularity. Alright, so the Mad Dog doesn't have a target on anybody down there important just yet, so let's just rush him down. Arctic Fox or Wolverine? We've got a great shot on the side of that Wolverine. Hi, I bring to you ATMs with 80% accuracy on your side. Let's see how well you can handle this one, buddy.
Roger that.
Okay, managed to miss one of our medium lasers, but the ATM's just going in on the target, and the target is now acquired. So he has been pretty badly roughed up on that one, I imagine. Oh yes, we've managed to almost tear through that armor completely with just one salvo. Let's see how the enemy chooses to respond. ATMs, of course, incredibly accurate missiles. Not the most damaging in the world. Potentially, they can become insanely powerful if you put on the right sort of weapon systems. We desperately need to get high explosive ATMs for the +4 damage. That'll put it up to, what, like 12 damage from an ATM, which is amazing. Okay, we got a Clint inbound. Is this Shade's new Clint? Well, not new, but yes, it's Shade's Clint. A special Clint model. Invented by him, which is lovely. They've also got a Kid Fox and a Cicada. Just going to show, by the way, that RogueTech, like several other mods, happens to have custom-designed mechs. So even though we have all of the mechs from MechWarrior Online imported into this game, just in sort of the same way that they are currently doing with vanilla gameplay, we also have access to mod-made mechs. The first one, of course, was made by our community's Shade, who designed the Valiant, which is a lovely little Solaris Gladiator that happens to be equipped with a giant axe. Lego, would you please do the honors? Thank you. He's dead. T-Bone died, you'd throw the enemy a bone. If Jester died, it'd be all in good fun. Okay, now you're getting a bit bad. Hi, Simply, welcome to the stream. I beg to differ, a silverware cannon to the back works wonders. It can, although once it's fixed, it'll be significantly less dangerous. No, I want Apollo, and I wish to have Apollo run. One of his MMLs has managed to jam, which is very unfortunate. And hi. I do have a decent line of sight with really good accuracy. Let's see what an Ultra AC-20 can do to this guy. And you know what? We're going to switch to Deadfires because there's no accuracy difference, just for the maximum amount of hurt we can do on this guy. Managed to hit him with it to be both of the shells, and he has ATM-9 with high explosive ammo. Ooh, might be worth stealing him. Because I'm sleepy, I can't think of good jokes anymore. Oh, well, we still love you for it. This is not okay. Rogue, with his hatred of all things punny. I feel sorry for you. Actually, no, puns can be fine in moderation. That is, of course, the key on this one. Of course, we have the procedurally generated fires from blowing up forests with high explosive weaponry that RogueTech brings to the table. If you bring flamers to this, you can just torch everything. Now, imagine the most wooded map you can think of in all of vanilla Battletech and light it on fire. You can do that in RogueTech, and it's rather terrifying, actually, because mechs take additional heat damage from walking through flames. Of course, you don't actually damage your mech from heat, but once you start overheating, you have the chance to start exploding parts on your mech, like the ammunition can just self-detonate. Of course, it helps having a maxed pilot in LEGO Lamb. I suppose that would be helpful. So RogueTech needs 2 files, community asset bundles, and RogueTech core files? Yes, exactly, Zero. That's all you need. So you'll install the RogueTech core first, and then you will install the community asset bundle, and that will give you everything you need in order to get RogueTech rocking and rolling. And Sprogue there, of course, with the link. Thank you, Sprogue, for throwing the link down in the description. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, because it's a lot of fun. It is everything that vanilla is, and then 10 times more in depth, which is sort of the main selling point. I'll show you the mech lab a little bit later on once we get out of this battle, so you can see just sort of the ridiculous levels of customization we've got to play with here. PPC, one of them managed to miss, but the other one hit, and then we bring in the MRM, which, when you're chucking 40 missiles at somebody, eventually something's gonna explode, and it's lovely. Yeah, our Warhammer is amazing. Of course, it's currently showing Ultra Autocannon 10s instead of PPCs on the arms for some reason, but that's not a big deal. Wells Fargo wagon, of course, protected by his electronic countermeasures buddies, so the enemy's not able to get good accuracy on us as we sort of knife right on through them. That is a really sexy sight, actually. Can I? Oh, we can get it. That's beautiful. Oh, I was hoping I could shut off the UI. Oh, there we go. That's thumbnail material right there. God, this game is pretty sometimes. Alright, let's get back into the action and see if we can't kill some. Arctic Fox coming up forward, and he's got his nothing that he decided to sprint on forward and see if he could get a little bit of work done. I didn't hear no Battletech pun question, so what do you call clearing a city of urban mechs? Urban renewal? 3 gigs because the quality of the mob is gigantic. Okay, you get that one, Vanguard. That was okay. Sprogue there with the orc going on. And incoming, looked like LBXs, although those could be pirate weapons, although I kind of doubt it, because Clan Wolf generally doesn't use pirate guns. Alright, Barbecue Pole, do you have a shot on anybody? Can you get a back shot on this Kid Fox? You can, and you happen to be equipped with a whole ton of weapons. Why, let's do that. Hi, buddy. I think you're about to explode, but first, let's see if we can't lay a sensor lockdown on whoever we want to die. You're moving on 20. I don't actually beat you, so we need to sort of think ahead on this one. The Clint is probably that cannon. Shadowhawk, Ooh, we got another Crusader down here. Yes, we're actually building one of these. It'll be ready in 11 days. So we got a full-on Crusader mech down there that we're probably going to want to pay some attention to. You are the Arctic Cheetah. We'll worry about you later. And the Ares Plasma Tank. I'm going to do this to the Wolverine just to give us a little bit of an assistance on this one. I don't want to take his ATMs. Those are going to really suck, but let's see if we can't kill ourselves in Arctic Fox. Oh yes, detonated at full power. This is what happens when you shove in MML-10s and MML-15s. Multi-missile launchers with huge SRM loads are just hilariously effective. I see Sprogue, a little appreciation for the hard work of pun inventors. Indeed. Some mild appreciation. Just to keep your head on your shoulders. Seems kind of productive. Seeing a laser doesn't look like it managed to actually do anything. We are feeling perfectly fine on that one. Punisher!
How can I help?
Ah, yes, the Wells Fargo wagon is in a perfect position to hopefully beat the ever-loving crap out of this guy. So I have ERs and standards. Since we're at point-blank range anyway, let's just see if we can't hurt him with these.
Here we go.
And lasers away. Come on, blow up the arm. There goes the arm. ATM ammunition explosion. Medium heavy lasers. We're not quite interested in grabbing those, but it is an interesting thing to keep in mind. We'll go back up high for a little bit of protection as our Mad Dog retreats for more aggression. Got a lot of missiles incoming, but the Barbecue Pole has it covered. His integrated laser anti-missile system is more than capable of handling the light missile salvos that mech is throwing out, and I may actually overload it just to give us a little bit more missile protection. With that Crusader on the field, we may actually need it. Wolverine is gonna run away, or at least walk as fast as he can. Oh no, he did run. Oh, you're in trouble now, buddy. Are you facing me or away? Yeah, you're facing me. We're gonna kill you. Alright, T-Bone, bring the Lego. Does it center armor up? It is not. So let's get over to his side, if at all possible. It can. Of course, in RogueTech, we can, of course, sprint and then shoot, just with a greater penalty to actual shooting. Oh, you missed by 26%. That was about as bad as it possibly could have been. D-Bone, disappointing. You had an opportunity to be amazingly cool in the face of a Wolverine, and you failed. I can't think of bad jokes. I have no words. Well, at least we're spared that. Alright, Timberwolf, do we want to just finish off this Wolverine? I think we have this Wolverine pretty much handled. Can I get by him, though? That'll be the real question. Not really. Well, if I can't get by him, I may as well just go through him then. Do you have a line of sight? You do have a line of sight directly on him. Alright, acid MML, or acid SRMs, because we want to make sure that we deal all kinds of painful damage to him. And engine crit, and he's dead. Whole bunch of weapons is finally dropping off, and now the Timberwolf is free to move slightly to the side, it looks like. Slip over to the side as we have our clan mech sort of posing on the burned out ridge from our own heavy weapons fire. Arctic Cheetah appears to be retreating. That's not good. Come back here so I can kill you. Alright, Jester. Can you bring your Marauder into range? You're very much a long-range sniper build, and you do have a couple of targets. So let's give them to you. 43% on a Kit Fox. The Clint is even better. I may actually want to engage that Clint. Show me the Clint. Hey, gift to you, my buddy. Oh, we managed to hit him with a large... with not only a pair of large lasers, but the Gauss rifle as well, so he's a hurting on that one. What was the circle with the enemy mech was giving off? That's electronic countermeasures, these blue circles like here, and the enemy has them as well. The electronic countermeasures jams you and makes it more difficult for you to actually hit targets. You still have your eyes, but you need to be at certain ranges, and if you don't have a sensor lock on a target, it can make life a lot more difficult than it otherwise needs to be. Alright, we're bringing our Marauder, our Warhammer along for the ride. Decent shot on that Clint. We may end up taking that because we also have the heavy the MRMs in range as well. So let's give him a bit of love from long range. Missed with one, but hit with the other, and a fairly decent follow-up from the MRMs. Managed to cause quite a bit of damage on that Clint, and he must be suffering. I will probably find people no longer. Thanks for stopping by, Vanguard. We'd love to have you here. The White Pulse is ECM? Specifically what? Oh, you mean the burst when they die? Yeah, that's the jammer effect being removed. So, because they're dead, they're no longer affected by it. A Lyran, a Capellan, and a Fed's son are standing by a cliff. The Lyran feels he needs to show off his loyalty, and so shouts, "For Archon!" and jumps off the cliff. The Capellan, not to be outdone, shouts, "For the Chancellor!" and pushes the Fed's son off. I like it, Simber. I like it a lot. Really sort of emphasizes the mentality of people in the BattleTech universe. Trixon, that was good, admit it. Alrighty, so how will the enemy respond to my magnificent display of firepower? Shall they run in fear? We've already managed to destroy 6 of their mechs. Will they be able to stand against our glorious might? That's the real question, and I suspect the answer is no. But we'll have to find out once the enemy is ready to rock and or roll. So, speaking of the enemy, we are on phase 24. Does that mean you stood still? Did this Kit Fox really not move? Oh, that was a foolish move of you, sir, for I shall now flood down upon you with my 6 mechs, and we shall just annihilate you. Got an Oswar off to the corner. They're not particularly interesting mechs. Powerful, they are heavy mech after all, but not the sort of mech that I would personally want to have on my repertoire. Let's zip on over here and see if we can't take a shot. We could get a fairly accurate shot on several mechs. Oh, that Crusader is kind of too good not to take. If I gave you ERs, it wouldn't make a difference. So, yeah, let's warlet it up in order to get our heat back under control. And show me that Crusader. Take aim with fire. If you're going to give me a side angle shot, I'm going to have to take it. Did we tag him as well? I think we got him with the tag. Alright, so the tag in RogueTech, unlike in Harebrained Schemes Vanilla BattleTech, just gives you an accuracy bonus, whereas in Vanilla BattleTech it gives you a damage bonus, which is pretty huge for ballistic and energy weapons, but not missiles. Warlord is one of the special abilities that several pilots have. It basically increases your damage and reduces the amount of heat that your weapons generate. However, for the next 4 turns, you generate like 10 more heat, or 10% more heat. It's a little bit of a trade-off between wanting to do a whole bunch of damage up front in order to hit somebody quickly, versus then having to sort of suffer through the consequences. We tend to use Warlord a lot, just in order to handle the heat management really fast. Especially on a desert bio, because it's very important. But yeah, RogueTech also features a totally overhauled sort of tech tree, or skill tree I suppose, which has changed most things. Other things you'll notice are the same. For example, you have Ace Pilot, which allows you to shoot and move. This comes up really early. Sensor Lock is the last level ability for the tactics tree because it is so much more powerful in RogueTech. in RogueTech, evasion doesn't go away if you get shot at. So the only way to remove evasion from somebody is to blow off their legs, make them unsteady, or hit them with a sensor lock. Or one of the various pieces of equipment, like the EWS system that is currently on board this barbecue bolt. So if we wanted to, we could ping this, and it would do basically how would I describe this? An AoE sensor lock, which is really fun. Okay, I think I want to drift off over here, see if we can't get a little more pressure over on our buddy. 40%, 40%. Oh, that's way better.
All systems.
This looks really interesting. It is really interesting, and thank you for the follow, Zero. We really appreciate it. You want to run 8 bushwhackers versus an Atlas? You absolutely can do that, and depending on how you build those bushwhackers, you may be better. Yeah, Sprogue brings up a good point. By the way, if you are new to watching our content, check on down below. You'll notice links to our Discord, but more importantly to the YouTube channel, where we have this stream, all the VODs from this, which we call the Clan Invasion. We're up to episode 28 now, and they're 2 to 3 hour streams each. But then we also have a YouTube campaign, Howl's Heroes, and Howl's Heroes is done in 1 hour chunks, and we're on episode 50-something up for them. So if you want to go check out that content, I highly suggest it after the stream. You go ahead on there, or maybe head on down there now in a new tab and hit subscribe so you can join in on the fun. Like a sonar ping? Sure, yeah, we can go with that. 440 tons versus 100 tons is quite a fair fight. To be fair, a bushwhacker built right can go one-on-one with an Atlas. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Alright, let's rush on in and see what we have to play. We're going to be super aggressive here with our... you do have a plasma cannon. I kind of want to kill you. With our Timberwolf, because it can be... Oh, how much armor do you have? I really want to know now. You've got probably little enough armor for me to steal that plasma cannon. I kind of want that plasma. Oh, I took it for no money. I'm also a little bit worried about the heat, but the Timberwolf is rather chill, so let's give some love to the Clint. And by love to the Clint, I mean let's go fire an ultra autocannon 20 in his face and see what happens. One ping only, Vasily. Not just the electronic warfare systems, you can mount UAVs to your mechs, and that'll give you like several uses of a sensor ping. And the UAVs are really fun, actually. They weigh 1/4 of a ton, so they're really great equipment to just sort of slot fill into places, which gives you a ton of flexibility. Like I said, we'll show off the mech bay once we actually get out of the battle, just to sort of demonstrate some of the options that you have at your fingertips. The number of weapons, mechs, and components in this game is just outrageously huge. It's lovely. All right, let's go put some pressure down on little guy here. We are cooking a little bit, but we'll be able to get the heat under control with Warlord in the next turn. So let's go through our incendiaries at this point and see if they do additional damage to the Ares plasma tank. Oh, we nailed them, and yeah, torn apart. Good job on that one. Please tell me you didn't kill it.
One more for the scrap heap.
Looks like good. All right, he did not blow up the plasma rifle. It will be in the salvage screen when we finally get to that. Hunt for Red October. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I think someone just shot a torpedo at us. No. Oh, that is such a great movie. Although the book is very different. Overkill? There is no overkill. There is only open fire and reload. All right, Jester, where be ye? Let's bring in your Marauder. Let's see if you can't play with that Griffin a little bit more, because he's been pretty badly sandblasted, and we're about to bring a whole bunch of pinpoint onto target. We will, of course, use Warlord for the additional damage, which you'll notice our damage went from 75 to 82 on the Gauss Rifle, and our heat suddenly went from overheating to we have this mostly under control. Do me a favor, blow him apart. Well, that's not quite what you need to blow him apart, but you did blow out his leg, so I can't really complain too much about that one. Blowing off his leg, that's going to knock down the Griffin, make him vulnerable in the coming rounds. Also, you may have noticed, the normal initiative system is not here. We do not have 5 initiative phases, we have 30. And each and every single mech, depending on the equipment they have and the pilot that they've got, will roll for initiative individually. Which gives you a lot more nuance to placing pilots and mechs, because just because you have a heavier mech, let's say, just because... I've got a pilot in a 55-ton catapult, because it's a catapult Mark III, and a 75-ton Marauder. The Marauder could go first if I put a good enough tactics pilot into the mech. It's really interesting, and it makes the tactics skill actually useful. With a side horror of past the ammunition. Praise the Lord. Let's see if we can bring the Lord onto a target, because that target has an exposed center torso, and I have a cluster Gauss rifle. So let's bring our silver bullet Gauss rifle over here. Lego can aim for the center torso, and he's going to set it over to cluster mode. We can change to various weapon type modes. You'll notice the silver bullet Gauss can fire in standard, cluster, or scrap mode, where it basically just sucks up anything it can find on the ground and hurls it at the enemy. High chance of breaking your gun doing this, but if you're out of ammunition, it gives you something to do. Cluster mode also has a chance of jamming the gun, but it works out pretty good. So cluster, and I think that may have killed him. Engine destroyed. Oh yes, we have that fully taken care of. Yeah, Lego getting some good work done today. It's always nice to be able to stretch Lego's legs. Speaking of Lego, I should actually probably show off this shirt just a little bit. So I'm going to sit up a little bit in order to show off our awesome Lego shirt. Lego, of course, is our sort of little mascot. He's actually that little mech right there that just fired the silver bullet Gauss rifle to blow up a griffin, which is always a fun little thing. And yeah, I decided I wanted a couple of t-shirts with him on it. We have 2 t-shirts which we're raffling off on our Discord. So if you want an opportunity to win a t-shirt like that, which there are pictures of it more directly on the Discord without, you know, being able to see through the lettering based on the color creating that we have. Oh, shoot. You can now see everything. We'll take care of that in a bit. So I accidentally knocked over my chroma key doing that. But who cares? Well, let's go kill a kid, fucks. Lock him up and open fire. Oh, and that right there is exactly what happens when you bring an ultra autocannon to a 30-ton mech fight. So we're gonna slip on over and see if soup, is it last soup or Gauss soup? I'm not quite sure what Gauss soup we're talking about. Alright, Barbecue Bolt, let's slip on over and see if... Ooh, yes, you have arrived. And is that a back shot I see? It is indeed. Now, we are cooking a little bit, which is dangerous. Cooking, unlike in vanilla, cooking gives you an opportunity to blow up your whole mech. You'll notice there's an ammunition explosion chance of 8.3%. That will continue to rise as we continue to fire our weapons in this mode. However, the Arctic Cheat is too good a shot not to take, so fire everything you got. Come on, kill it, kill it, kill it. And it's dead. So we're gonna cook. We have an 8% chance of blowing up the entire mech, but...
Watch those heat levels.
We're good. You don't take just the random damage. A portal to another dimension is opened. Yes. Actually, part of it is still invisible. That's kind of funny. Is that the green? Yeah, that's where the green screen is. I'll put that back up in a bit. Once the turn is over and we have a little bit of an intermission in between the battle. After all, I don't like ruining the flow of battle. I like annihilating my enemies. It's a lot more fun. Do I have a shot at that Crusader? I can get one from a specific position, which is a little bit far back, but the Wells Fargo wagon utilizing its ATMs is kind of the deal. Oh, it still has a decent shot. ATMs only? Let's multi-target this. So we're giving the Crusader his ATMs, and we're going to hit him with the medium lasers, and let's blitz on away. Quite a decent amount of damage, and the Shadowhawk's about to get a little bit of love as well. Quartet of mediums managed to strike towards the target, is on to the enemy phase. Do I have anybody else coming up? Jester is coming on 16. What is Jester driving again? This will be a great Star Trek episode. No ability to manually shut down to turn off. There is no ability right now to manually shut off the mech. I kind of figure eventually they're going to do it, although you can. Yes, you can actually control your heatsinks directly and turn individual heatsinks on or off. This is to basically handle things like TSM, triple strength mimer, which requires you to be at a certain heat level in order to actually utilize effectively. Swing the Marauder over on in and see, oh, that's just too lovely not to shoot. Fire everything. Good hit with the Gauss rifle, followed up with a couple of the medium lasers. His heat is critical. Now the Marauder is equipped with the Gauss rifle, and Gauss rifle ammunition cannot explode, which makes you just feel a little bit safer when you go in for those lovely little shots into the side. Do I want to take this shot? I think that I do. Possibly. We'll get the Not a Mad Dog back under temperature control by doing Warlord, which is such an amazing ability. It is consistently the most powerful ability in the game, and they keep trying to nerf it because they don't know how to fix it. Give them some heat and fire. And burning. All the burning, plus that heat. Sprogue, of course, throwing up the little Lego special thing. Now let me go save the portal into the other dimension. There we go. Portal into the other dimension has been restored. Now we can sit back, relax, and I can float in the middle of empty space again. Which is way more interesting, isn't it? Alright, Exodus, let's get ready to rock and roll. Your barbecue pult is cooking a little bit, and I kind of don't want it to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start running on forward, but we're not going to shoot anybody because we kind of can't afford to. What we will do, however, is lay down a sensor lock down onto the Crusader because it is a vulnerable mech and we'd like to take it from having any ability to do anything at all. So sensor lock goes down on the Crusader. Oh, also, the barbecue pult is equipped with what's called a radical prototype, or a radical heatsink kit, which manages to flush a ton of extra heat every time that he is over a certain heat threshold. And that will steadily, once he gets underneath the threshold, it'll stop doing that. But every time that it does it, it has a chance of basically blowing up. So we kind of want to take the heat under control, so we're just going to settle on this one, get that heat back to nominal so we're not risking exploding the entire mech. Very dangerous. Okay, that was actually kind of neat and a little creepy. Yeah, the way that it sort of just comes right back on up. The way that all of the universe just sort of fades away. It was really interesting when we first got it. I was just trying to mess with it and see exactly how it would work. I experimented with doing things like putting a cockpit behind me and that sort of thing, and I decided that's kind of ridiculous. Let's just have it what we've got now, which is me floating in space like most streamers. All right, so the Shadowhawk is a little bit of a target. However, I kind of do want to... Oh, wow. I always forget that ATMs are the most hilariously awesome weapon in the game. They're not. They don't do nearly as much damage as they could, but still. Gonna hit this Shadowhawk with a whole bunch of ATM fire, and he is going to suffer for it. And the Wells Fargo wagon is starting to cook a little bit. We're going to have to get the back under control. So, and once we do, we'll be able to annihilate everything. Pardon me. Alright, so how will the enemy respond to our devastating counterattack? For I have brought enough mechs in order to annihilate any threat. Apparently they're going to stand still, which is a great idea. I fully endorse this plan, and please continue to do it. Speaking of endorsing plans and continuing to do stuff, give me a line of sight into the side of you. That's not going to happen, apparently. I'm going to ignore the cicada because at the end of the day, it's a cicada. And no, I don't think anybody really needs to be all that afraid of it. We'll zip on forward with the Timberwolf as it comes on into range and prepares to engage with its Ultra Autocannon 20. So we have multi-target, medium lasers versus easy, and ATMs versus fast boys. Yeah, it's a pretty fun little combination, isn't it? I think we're going to engage him with our acid SRMs. That's why I brought so many of the damn things. Oh, and the cooking going on here, and some excellent shots from that Ultra Autocannon 20. He's having a bit of a bad day. Let's see if we can have Jester follow that one up in the Marauder. It's kind of designed for exactly this sorts of combat. 99.1% accuracy. That's beautiful. There goes his arm. There goes a... not quite the leg. I was hoping the leg would explode, though. And there goes the knockdown. Is the new game intro different? No more helping the process? Yeah, there's only career mode available, which does not give you access to the campaign. However, they can't... Oh, and there's our emergency shutdown that just kicked in. We weren't maxed out on the heat threshold, but because we were above the heat threshold, we start rolling dice every single turn in order to figure out when the mech shuts down or the ammunition explodes. You can actually ride that heat wave pretty hard if you've got good enough pilots. We didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, the career mode does not have the Lady Arano campaign. However, it is a flashpoint which you can find in this game, which is rather hilarious because it's narrated by Duncan Fisher. Not like the actual voice of the guy who does Duncan Fisher, but the writing of it. And Gauss Rifle, fired in cluster mode, taking him out perfectly. Another still campaign, but the career mode doesn't have that. And RogueTech doesn't use the campaign. Yep. Hey yourself, Sprogue. What did Sprogue do? Sprogue, what did you do? Just wait until you see improved. The problem with improved ATMs is they do slightly less damage. That is why I didn't use them. It's like, I want all the damage. Alright, the Not a Mad Dog, our Warhammer, will twin ERPPC and nail him with some MRM fire. Incendiary, of course, which isn't doing nearly as much damage, but it is kind of funny to me to be able to just nail an opponent with so much heat in so little time. We are heat critical. We're going to have to keep that under control. The Mad Dog can't, well, the Warhammer can explode, and we don't want that. So this is just flying around and building a Merc Empire? Pretty much, yep. It's a fascinating gameplay. Pay very close attention to the place that you choose as a start, because that will have a significant weight as to what sorts of mechs you get at the beginning of the game. This start here that we have was a clan start, and we started with all clan mechs. And that is a very hard start because maintenance in this game is based on what sort of mechs you bring to the fight, or what sort of mechs you just have in your company. So if you have a whole ton of super expensive, very technologically advanced clan mechs, you're going to pay like 1.5, 2 million C-bills out the gate. It is awesome and terrifying. We're going to use the last of our Listen Kill SRMs, see if we can't manage to core him out along with our LRMs. And how much damage can I do? Not quite enough, but he has taken a couple of crits, and ouch! Ooh, we got an overheated pilot. He must have some sort of cockpit equipment, which makes him vulnerable to that. There is online galaxy map, so you're fighting... Oh yes, you can join up with a faction, and if you join up with a faction, you gain access to the faction shop, which is a lot of fun. The faction shop is populated with items that everybody who's currently allied with your faction who plays RogueTech, everything they don't pick on salvage contracts, or they don't get, goes into the is then selected to parts of that to go into the faction shop. So you can get access to some amazing gear in that faction shop, as long as, you know, your faction happens to be active. If you join a faction which nobody wants to play, then you're going to find basically nothing available. I'm going to sprint for a turn, just sort of be aggressive, put myself in a position to engage for next round, as I don't want to boil myself alive. And we'll get the heat back under control. Alright, Apollo, you've got an ultra autocannon, and they basically stood still, so let's go kill people. I think I'm going to ignore the cicada for now. We're going to whip on over here. Yes, we have placed our back towards the cicada, but I don't think I need to worry that much. Ultra autocannon, acid SRMs. It's just too much for the enemy to handle, and we cooked them. Oh, a terrible, terrible price to be paid for that one. Lego, do you got a shot? You do. Is it an 85% shot? It is. Hit that Ostwar. Oh, he's lost all his evasion. I probably should shut off cluster mode, but it's just so much fun. Alright, Jester, your Marauder is overheated, so I'll ignore you for a bit. The Not a Mad Dog also cooking very slightly. So we'll slip on over here like so. You have a couple of great targets. And if I shut off the MRM, no, we're going to have to shut off one of the ERPPCs. A bit of a shame, but I'm going to switch over to my improved MRMs in order to get rid of the last of these to make sure we deal a sufficient amount of damage to the Ostwar to make him unhappy with life. PPC, MRM 40, for all that good damage. Alright. Faction shop shared loot from the kind of online pool loot. You don't want X faction goes. So if I was X, I can get your unwanted loot. Yes. It is an interesting community design. Hopefully they'll keep it. Unfortunately, the original guy who made the mod no longer works on it. Someone else has moved into sort of like try and caretaker the mod. But it's going to be interesting. Hopefully it'll be able to stay around. Because the other thing that it allows us to do is it allows us to fight over planets and flip them from one faction to another, which is really hilariously fun. I'm going to switch these over to LRMs because it's the only thing I got ammunition left for. See if we can't knock this guy on over. Clan Jade Wolfers. So many of our people are Clan Wolf. Unfortunately, Clan Wolf just was not available at the time. They had been practically wiped out. Clan Tortuga managed to basically conquer all of clan space. It was rather hilarious. Let's see, Apollo, let's go kill the Ostwar on the ground and we'll have somebody else go take care of that cicada. Hi, I have good accuracy and you have a center torso that's exploded. Please have more love. And he's dead. Good job. I think we just hit the cicada, 80%? Oh, yes. So besides these two DLCs, any others you advise, or is there a list? So there are 3 DLCs in total. There is Flashpoint, Urban Warfare, and just today releasing is Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal is currently not compatible with RogueTech because it just came out and the mod needs a little bit of time to sort of catch up compatibility-wise. But if you get Flashpoint and Urban Warfare, you gain access to 5 mechs. You get the Crab. So you get the Crab, you get the Hatchet Man, the Cyclops, as well as what else, guys? Remind me the list of mechs that we get for... Oh, the Raven, so that's 4. I think there's a 5th, but I can't remember what it is. But you get several mechs, which if you don't have the DLC, RogueTech won't allow you to get in-game. But yeah, they're pretty fun, but most of the stuff you don't need, so if you're not in a position where you want to buy all the additionals, then you don't have to. Harebrained Schemes has actually done a really good job with making sure that sort of core gameplay features are available to everyone, even if they don't have the DLCs, which is really nice of them. Yeah, my main problem with the current community style is it becomes a popularity contest to determine which faction. This is true. It becomes very much a popularity contest. Whoever is the most popular faction has the most rolling going for it. At least there's not an offline map out. Oh, I love the online map, though. Alright, so the Barbecue Pult mostly untouched. The Marauder may have been actually literally untouched. Timberwolf took very little damage on that as well. Wells Fargo Wagon took a couple of nasty hits, especially to this leg. But other than that, we came out of that one nearly unscathed.
Acquired.
Thank you, Deadly, for the subscription. Ooh, I thought you had been subscribed before, but thank you for joining us and supporting the channel. We did do 105. Haha. We get a random piece of salvage. Do I have any mechs to build? No, I don't. We've sold most of our mechs at this point. Ooh, there's an ATM-9. That's tempting. We'll probably take that. Yeah, medium lasers, heavy lasers, the Hags. Hags are nice, but I don't think we need them. LRM-15 clans, heavy lasers. Unfortunately, they're mediums. If they were largest, I would grab them in a heartbeat. Micropulse, plasma cannon. Totally forgot. Give me the plasma cannon. ATMs are nice, but plasma is loved. So that'll be, what, 20 damage and 40 heat? Oh, yes. Plasma guns. We haven't had one in a while, but when we did have one, it was a monstrous piece of equipment that just annihilated anything that it saw. Shaders, Artemises. You may have noticed there is a lot of stuff to be had here. Oh, just so much gear. So much gear. It's almost overwhelming if you're not quite familiar with the thing, which is why I do kind of recommend you may want to try a vanilla playthrough before you immediately jump through. So it's plasma soup? Yeah, potentially. We could build it into it. All right, we're going to lock that in. We also got the Patchwork Materials Tier 3, so that's great. Oh, we got an SLDF cockpit, which you don't really need. We got an advanced targeting computer and a BC tracking. Both of these we don't need so much, but the SLDF cockpit is a nice pickup. Patchwork Materials 3 is amazing. Yeah, clan plasma cannons are awesome because they're more heat than damage. So 40 heat. They weigh 6 tons, or maybe they're less. Is the clan version less? It might be. The Inner one, though, is 6 tons for 35, or 25, something like that. So, but yeah, getting our hands on a clan plasma rifle is amazing, especially if you can combine that with several other heat-generating weapons. I thought it was the IS ones that did more heat. Oh, is it? Huh. Yeah, in either case. If we manage to get our hands on more of them, that's all we need, because vehicles take additional damage from heat, and that makes them excellent for knocking down buildings and vehicles because they're so vulnerable to it. Also, you know, mechs. If you manage to overheat a mech and deal 195 heat to it or so, you can actually shut one down from basically 0. Brock managed to take Eilenberg from Steiner, and it's going to cost us 23,203 to repair our mechs for the next 2 days. That is because you may take armor damage in this game, but you still have to repair that. In vanilla, they give you the armor repairs for free, but in RogueTech, no, you got to pay for all of that. Let's see what's left on here. The Wells Fargo wagon, the barbecue pult, and the Timberwolf will be all ready in a single day because we do have 3 mech bay repair slots available. I kind of think I want to move the Crusader up ahead of the Cauldronborn, but it'll all slot in at basically the same time, so that's not really going to make much of a difference. Clan does more heat, 5 more. Awesome. It's 45 heat and 25 damage. Clan was first. Is it? Mini pult is way down below. Our poor Gosler, which is just missing half of the mech after that disastrous mission. We are 11 days before the end of the month. We owe 2 million C bills and we only have 1.7. I did say, however, I was going to show off the mech bay just a little bit, just in case anybody's new to this sort of thing. We'll show off our... Yeah, let's show off the Marauder. We have our lovely little Marauder, which is one of the reasons why we kind of don't need heavy metal. Heavy metal's nice, but we've had Marauders for a while now. And if we go to check out the actual refit, this is where things get crazy. That is the only subscription you've ever bought? Oh, thank you so much, Deadly. It means so much to me. I really do appreciate it. But as you can see, there's a little bit more involved in this than compared to Vanilla. Vanilla, there's basically none of this equipment. In Vanilla, you put on weapons and maybe 1 or 2 pieces of gear. In this, we have gyros, we have special engine types, we've got heatsink kits, which you can modify to give a mech double heatsink kits, which gives it twice as much cooling. Specifically, this one has a Royal double heatsink kit, which has the additional of a 5% weapon heat generated reduction, which is awesome. Different kinds of armors which can save you weight or add in stealth effects, electronic warfare systems, exchangers, the entire cockpit can be modified. Every single actuator is yours to play with, should you have the parts to replace them with. So the RogueTech mech bay is a thing of beauty, and even if it did almost nothing else in the gameplay, I would still probably play RogueTech just for this mech bay. It's so good. So very good. I love it. Alright, so now that we've taken a gorgeous look at our lovely Marauder, thank you, Deadly, for the bits. Always continue to shower me with bits. I appreciate the pennies. It does mean a lot to me. The support for the channel is always, always welcome. Alright, so we need to wait basically a day, although 3 days on our pilots because we're feeling a little bit fatigued. So we'll wait for 3 days. That'll give us a little bit of repair time. 2 and 3, and stop. Alright, some flashpoints have managed to go away, but all of our pilots should be refreshed. We are 9 days away from the Crusader. Eventually we will have it. Quick check of our pilots to make sure that they leveled up, if anybody has actually managed to get themselves an additional level. Apollo, of course, does not have any level ups, but he is, of course, as usual, a warlord, which gives him the ability to basically overcharge, +1 accuracy, 10% additional damage, minus 10% weapon heat generated, and cools off 40 heat. Of course, you gain 10 extra heat for the next 4 rounds, which is a little bit of a trade-off, but you know what? It's a trade-off that I would very gladly take in about 80% of situations. Arclight is fine. Coach is fine. He's, of course, built for sensor lock. We tend to build towards Warlord or sensor lock. Ghost Mech is a little disappointing. It's just not really on the same level as being able to play with that. Although we do have a single punch bot, and that is, of course, T-Bone, who has the first level of Juggernaut, which Juggernaut in this game makes it so you have +1 initiative, but every time that you melee somebody, you brace immediately afterwards for the damage reduction. Makes it a lot safer to actually run out and punch somebody in the face. Although, eventually he will get to another level. Does he already have it? Or is it just not showing Berserker? It shows he's got Berserker. Is he wounded? Well, he's also got Berserker, which basically massively increases his damage that he does for 1 single Titanic punch. It's rather awesome, actually. Alright, since our pilots and our mechs are all in good condition, and we seem to be doing fine, perhaps we should take the bait. And I'm going to grab this one for stuff. Or things. We could go for a full 924 for 104. We're only losing 200,000, so yeah, if we pick up a good mech part, that'll be worth it. So we'll accept that one. I don't like doing these sort of half-in missions, but it is reasonable to set up. We'll bring a Lego along again, as well as, of course, our Not a Mad Dog, which is a Marauder. Throw Arclight in that, which means we back up with T-Bone again in the Lego, because the Lego really can't overheat. And we'll drop down to the planet and have a little bit of fun. Oh wow, even the character things are better? Yes, they are. Might be that other mods borrowed from RogueTech. Yes, in general, RogueTech has done a lot of things first, and then a lot of other things sort of come up behind it and make use of a lot of the stuff that RogueTech's done, which is really cool. I'm very happy to see mod makers sort of share their information and pool like that, because I'm sure RogueTech has gotten ideas from other mods. In fact, originally all RogueTech was an amalgamation of mods, and then they sort of created it into something that is, well, the amazing juggernaut that you've seen before you so far. And if you haven't seen anything about this so far, well, stick around and you'll be able to watch our Timberwolf and our Marauder and our Warhammer and our Mad Dog all work together, along with 2 additional mechs, potentially up to a maximum of 4 additional mechs, drop down on some Clan Wolf people and beat the ever-loving crap out of them. By the way, if you are just tuning in to us now, make sure you check out down below. There is links to our Discord and our YouTube channel where you can find out even more of these. We post the VODs pretty much a day later after this, after we do things on Twitch. And if you're new on Twitch and you haven't done it yet, press the follow button and watch us play. We play on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 4 o'clock. We're doing a little bit of a special play today because Heavy Metal dropped today, and we all want to celebrate Harebrained Schemes managing to put out another great expansion pack. Now, we're not playing the expansion pack, but eventually we will be. We will be playing Heavy Metal after RogueTech is compatible with it, so that we can get the awesome brand new models in a different level of quality. It'll be lovely. Yeah, you can turn off the armor repair in the options. I kind of don't recommend you do. It kind of breaks the economy a little bit when you do that. Try it, because it's not as bad as you might think. Once you start getting the expensive armors, it can get pretty rough, but early on, it's not too bad. You can, let's see, it's the very last option. What we need now is a Daishi. If we can get our hands on a dire whale, we'll try. We came so close to grabbing the one, didn't we? Yeah, that was in this campaign. We ran into a dire whale, an atlas, and a supernova on the same mission. And that was kind of ridiculous. I want a dire whale. You want everything. Sprog is greedy for mech parts. He needs them. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm more greedy for mech parts. Sprog has specific mechs that he wants to get his hands on, and I try to accommodate to the very best of my abilities, because if we can manage to get our hands on them, we can have a lot of fun with them. Ability to custom name pilots. It's cosmetic, but I like it. Unfortunately, not yet. You can create your own custom pilot, but the individual pilots you can't change unless you go in and modify them from the game files themselves, because that changes them across the board for every single playthrough that you do. So I have been really tempted to start doing that and starting to name pilots after subscribers, and I'll probably end up doing that sometime in the near future, but I haven't done it yet. Although there is somebody from the RogueTech Discord, Lady Akala, or just Akala? Yeah, Akala, she created an entire Catgirl mod where she modified all of the portraits and all of the names, and it used to be linked to the RogueTech mod compatibility list, which I thought was pretty funny. Supernova is superior. Supernova is 6 ER large lasers in one package that can shut itself down in a single shot. They're kind of terrifying to behold. Although, there are limitations to that. Alright, let's see if the game is actually doing good things or if it has managed to freak out. No, it's still thinking about it. It's thinking long and hard. There it goes. Because we're playing on 4 times the normal size maps, it can take a little while to finally figure out exactly what's going on, especially if you're dropping on an urban mech. It can take a couple of minutes in order to get going, but the trade-off, of course, is you're being able to drop 8 mechs. You're going onto a map where everything's randomized, so you can't just memorize all the drop locations. And, well, the enemy opposition can be fierce and deadly and fierce. Oh, we are dropping in the middle of an urban biome. I love it! Urban biomes are my very favorite biomes to fight in.
Hostile on sensors.
Oh, and we dropped right on top of them. So it looks like our pods are right in the middle of the group, and we have the super rare glitch that turns mechs purple.
Okay, y'all. Stay frosty.
We're using it for our activate enhanced imaging. All right, so we've managed to drop right on top of the enemy. Now, turn 1, you haven't... Oh, it's another Catapult Mark III. Do we know what version? Turn 1, there's spawn protection to prevent just an outright drop zone massacre. I kind of am advocating for it to be removed. But yeah, we have dropped on top of our enemies, and danger abounds. Quad large pulse laser, twin heavy medium laser, and a targeting computer. Is that... What variant is that? Yeah, what variant is that? If you use my name, it is actually Deadly Nails. Let's try and keep that in mind. Make sure you're on the Discord when I do it. I'll bug people for special names. That way I can keep track of all of the things. So we only got, what, like 24, 25 or so subscribers? So, should be easy to get through. So we got a trench bucket standing right across from us. We're going to reserve down to 18. Oh no, 14 for the Condor. Condor is an LB5 LRM-15 twin machine gun. I don't care. I'm going to ignore the Condor. So we'll reserve down below 18, perhaps? The Mortar Technical? Yeah, hopefully he'll miss and hit himself. He's got artillery but on his own mech, and it's quite dangerous. The Supernova 4 is the quad large pulse laser, twin heavy medium lasers, and a targeting computer. Sounds like a dangerous, dangerous beast. Of course, not quite my cup of tea. All right, Apollo's on 18, which means we're sharing a level with you. All right, we'll reserve. We're gonna cross our fingers, hope that this Catapult Mark III is not a particularly dangerous hyper laser version, which can annihilate us in basically one shot, and we'll see how things go. It'd be better than on Adachi. With 10 extra tons, just make it better, but I want to be contrary. Is there a Dashi with a whole bunch of large pulse lasers? There's always the Dire Star. What is that? 11 ERPPCs? Dire Stars are hilarious. Alright, so the enemy is stunned by our drop on top of them. That means Arclight in the Not a Mad Dog can get, what is going to be an absolutely devastating shot. You're about to die, my little friend. One of you is not coming out of this alive. Catapult 3, 2 missile, 2 energy, 1 support. Warlord, please. And give me a target to the catapult's back. Let's see if we can't open this up with a bang.
Acknowledged.
Solid hits. Ooh, it's not doing much damage. Didn't matter, he's dead. Alrighty, so we've managed to get through that. First shot does well. Hello, Invader, welcome to the stream. I've seen that in the stream on here. Wait, what was on a stream on here? It was very scary, but not you, but another person? Well, they was only showing 33 damage out of the ERPPCs. I'm rather concerned, actually. Is he suffering from certain problems with his ERPPCs? Has it become that sort of time for him? Although it's a brand new mech, I can't imagine that would be his problem. Alright, let's aim for his back as well, see if we can't kill a trench bucket with Warlord, and see if we just march our way through the enemy. Gauss rifle to the back, and the quad ER large laser, ripping that mech apart as well. Oh, they were so very unfortunate to have dropped right next to us. The Dashi doesn't have any cannon heavy energy variants? That's melee MWHs? Oh, you mean the Dire Star, or just other things? Because that would be lovely. Apparently these are not part of any lands, because we're killing them, but it's not showing up on the screen. So we've just managed to land next to a random enemy lance. Alright, Wells Fargo Wagon, you may not be the ideal choice in order to do that sort of thing, but let's be honest, the people that are currently sitting on the ground are not all that dangerous. I think I'll kill the Condor because I have the accuracy. So, Warlord it up for maximum damage, and give him the love. And there goes another one. Just the technical remains, and we should be able to kill the technical without too much trouble. His mortar artillery cannons will not be able to survive against us. Darewolf D with the Hag 40s. Yeah, the D's pretty close. Hag 40s is terrifying. Make sure that we turn all of these on, because these are his very dangerous MMLs, which give him 30 SRMs on any target that he wants. I think I will actually use Apollo for this. Although I will try to not utilize my SRMs. We'll just use the ultra auto cannon, because I think an ultra auto cannon to the back will do it. Oh yeah, double tapped right onto him, and he's gone. So we're gonna just run on through the city and have a little bit of fun with him. What do we got? We have a unknown technical. Incoming long-range fire. Nothing too dangerous so far. The Timberwolf is unaffected. Alright, Exodus, where be ye? Okay, Barbecue Bolt. We're going to turn the integrated laser AMS to overload because it's hilariously useful. Because it will now protect all of us in this area instead of just his own mech. Do have a shot on a Saracen with SRM-2s with dead fire. Striker, I'm not all that worried about. The Saracen, the accuracy's not really there. I'll shut off the MMLs just to keep the temperature under control and also to keep them from jamming. And I'll lay down a sensor lock to go alongside it. So sensor lock on the Saracen. Ooh, unless you're just outside of my sensor lock range. That is unfortunate. Alright, give him the love. Oh, I forgot to shut off one of the MMLs. Watch, this is going to be the one that jams. Are you enjoying the pain? The power slinish. Yes, we have done it. What is tech and repair boni? Boni is a translation for bonuses. It's the plural of bonuses, and it was weird. Oh, we are stuck. Probably at a building. Okay, Lego. Target the building. Hi, building. Do I do more damage? 8 shots at 12? Yeah, I do.
Tell me what to shoot.
Bye, building.
Target.
I love urban biomes so much. Let's see if that got the Lego unstuck. Alright, barbecue bolt. Time to continue your fast-paced adventure or the Wells Fargo wagon? Let's send it to the Wells Fargo wagon. Oh, he'll get a perfect side accuracy shot on the Saracen with his ATMs, which have a fairly decent accuracy bonus. Not being super accurate, I'll keep the medium lasers mostly off in order to keep temperatures under control. But some long-range fire. And he's suffering a little bit. Lovely. That's exactly what we wanted.
That was a critical hit.
That'll be enough of that. For the critical Quivesa. Oh, we got a Tau player in the house. Alright, Barbecue Bolt is just going to run on and have a little bit of fun with our lovely little pal right here. Hi, all weapons on. MML's to SRM mode. Do I let the sensor lock? No, I think we got him mostly handled. Listen kills, damage, and integrated AMS to overload, and blast him. And there goes the Saracen. Yeah, I know we have ER ammo. I think we were getting jammed, which is why the chances were pretty low, because we were standing right next to him. We're also looking at a Centurion off in the corner over here. We also see a Valkyrie. Ooh, interesting mech. Striker also set up coming on towards us, but we kind of don't care about the Striker. Let's just sprint the Timberwolf on in so that we can get his Ultra Autocannon 20 into the fight soon. The sooner we can get in, the sooner we can deal some damage. Good luck with it, Zero. By the way, when you install RogueTech, make sure you take a look at all the options that are available. You can sort of tweak and modify the difficulty. There are nuclear weapons in this game if you leave them on. Personally, I have shut them off because one nuke will ruin your day. He got out. He got unstuck from the building by flattening the building. Oh, this game is so good sometimes. All right, Marauder, are you going to be able to maneuver for a shot on Mr. Valkyrie? Not yet, but soon. And if he comes down the street, the Marauder's going to be able to hopefully pick him off as he comes on through. And set him off for that. Yeah, Zero, join the Discord. If you have any questions, we can attempt to answer them. And a couple of the members of the RogueTech dev team also stop by in order to help us when we have dumb questions. Or questions like, where does the PA_C3 go? Because there's no PA_C3, there's a PA_C3I, and they're like, we can help you with that. Wells Fargo wagon taking a little long-range fire, but the barbecue bolt is in position to utilize his overloaded integrated laser AMS for anti-missile system in order to protect us from all of the incoming damage. It's lovely. Mad Dog, time to bring you into the fight as well. No good shot just yet. Oh, actually, no, it's not a Mad Dog. Oh. The button said launch. You know I can't resist a good snack of lunch. Yes. So, by the way, make sure everybody, if you're watching and you're new here, check down below links to our YouTube channel and to our Discord. The YouTube channel, you can find all the VODs for this campaign and for Howl's Harrows, which is a pirate campaign we're sort of running at the same time as this one. A very different start, although they've come to have similar mechs. They both have the same Warhammer. They both have a Marauder, although the Marauder we have here is a better Marauder because it has a Royal Heatsink kit, and they both have a Mad Cat. Although Howl's Mad Cat is equipped with a pair of Gauss rifles for extra love. Alright, the Timberwolf has a back shot and an Ultra Autocannon 20. Let's see if we can't put 2 and 2 together. Ooh, it's not looking good. Who are we being jammed by? That is the question. We'll go full Warlord on this one, and I think we'll switch over to Acid SRMs because I'd like to make sure that he dies. Oh, we hit him with one of the Ultra Autocannon shots anyway, and that will take out the mech. Oh yes, the Valkyrie is very much dead. Good job on that one. Timberwolf coming in with a 20% chance to hit, but because he had an Ultra Autocannon, he had 20 shots of an AC-20. Or, not 20 shots of an AC-20, but 2 shots of an AC-20. God, 20 shots of an AC-20, that would be hilariously huge. We'd be doing 4,000 damage. Okay, Barbecue Bolt, you're going to switch on over to Infernos because they do deal additional damage to vehicles. See if we can't burn out this truck. And there goes the Striker as well. We got 75% of the local government support lands taken care of, although 0% of the primary lands. I wonder where they went. Can I disable some of these features, or do I need to rerun the... if you want to disable some features, you're going to have to rerun the installer. So you can do it basically as many times as you want. And generally when people are looking to tweak major things like that, they can do it. Another thing that you can modify is if you only are interested in a certain era of Battletech to play, you can turn off the other eras. So if you only want to play with 3025 tech, you can shut everything else off and only leave the 3025 stuff on. Personally, I love the fact that we get everything to play with, so I play with all of those on. The only thing I shut off are nukes and Lady Electo's hyper super duper elite monster pilots who are superhuman in every single way. Because as cool as they are for her to want to play with, I'm not looking to just suddenly run in and get annihilated immediately because somebody moved into 30 and could have like a 20% damage increase on all their weapons. I jest, but sort of. Ooh, 93% accuracy, but I don't think it's worth the loss of the half damage for the addition of like the 8% accuracy. So we're just gonna end up with normal ATMs. Centurion, some love for you, sir. Oh, and I think he must have had an XL engine. Oh, prototype double heat sink. Yeah, he had an XL engine in that sucker. And he is gone. So the primary enemy force has been defeated. Where is the secondary? Actually, no, this is the primary. And a vulture. Ooh. Ooh, are you a vulture Mark III? Can I steal a vulture Mark III? Because they have the chin turret. I like that chin turret. Yeah, the vulture Mark III is from the MechWarrior 4 introduction cutscene, which it's the one that basically runs into the middle of the square and gets gunned down by all of the incoming fire. It's a really cool scene, actually. He's escorted by a Shadow Cat who gets killed by a Thunderbolt missile. AKA clan pilots? Yeah, right. Nah, ain't no clan pilots among those. The clans wish they were that powerful. Could go through the city, but we can go around it just as easily. So we're Timberwolf. We're a little bit of the bigger brother. Which mech icon portrait is what? It's really just going to depend on how you want them to look when they're sitting in the mech bay. It's the little like icon that shows up in the mech bay. So I have just been using the default because I've never seen like a picture comparison of all the others, which I think I'd like it if somebody did, because that'd be really cool.
Ready for orders.
So I know what I'm missing. There's so much fire because we ended up firing Inferno ammunition. You must live with the consequences of your actions. It's one of the great things about RogueTech. So we're going to zip in on over here.
No shooting.
See if you can't get a line of sight on anything. We do not, but we're fine. And we'll be able to survive the chemical fire for a little bit because it's not too big of a deal. The Discord invite that was sent says webpage not available. So Rogue, could you please get us a new one? Just so we can make sure that people get access to it. And more incoming. Oh yes, I have an overloaded AMS despite your monstrous number of missile shots, of which they were swarm. 76? Oh wow, that's impressive. I want to see what that vulture's built like. Lego's gonna take a little while to get there, or maybe not.
Going turbo.
Lego's a line of sight, standard mode, 42%. Give it a little love. You missed by 31%.
New target acquired.
Thank you, Simbri, for the subscription. Simbri has been subscribed for 3 months. Thank you very much for the continued support. 3 months is as long as subscriptions have basically been available. So he is one of the core community founding members of our Twitch career, which is really helpful, and part of the Mech HQ game, which I desperately need to make time for. My schedule has been all in whack lately, and I have not had enough time to do the Mech HQ game for you guys, and I truly do apologize. Oh, I'm trying. But hopefully this Friday, maybe, but probably more realistically Saturday morning, if we manage to get it done this week, which I think we will. RogueTech done. We ran to remove the nukes and the elite pilots. What do I do with the community? So just run it as an installer. So you'll download it as a zip file, just unzip it, run the installer, it'll put everything where it needs to go. It is awesome. Alright, so the barbecue bolt is a little bit in, well, not trouble, but... well, trouble. So we're going to shift him on in over here. We're going to move it a walk just to make sure that we manage to get rid of this stability damage that we've got going on here. And we have a target, and the target is beautiful. Oh. Oh my. Heavy MRM 40, 2 ER small laser blaze fires, and quartets of mag shots. I think I want to light you on fire, my friend. I'm going to lay a sensor lock down on him just to get him a little bit more under control. Heavy MRM 40 twins. I've always wanted to do that to him, Mech. We're going to do something about that. Please, explode. Or rather, light on so much fire that you can't handle the heat. Although I need a companion mech for the barbecue bolt. It does not have enough MML tubes in order to fully cook somebody. Unlike the other catapult that we have in our Howl's Heroes campaign, which has MML 40, which can deal 210 heat in one salvo, which is amazing. Punisher, would you like to get involved in this battle as well? Bring the Wells Fargo wagon. We'll have Mad Dog versus Vulture. It'll be a great little joke. Thank you, Nebrios, for the subscription. Do appreciate you joining along for the ride. Holy wow, Simbri gifting 5 tier 1 subs for Nebrios, Yak78, Kellyanne Kylemore, Gasback Jones, and Lightfoot Paul. Thank you so very much, man. I really, really appreciate that. That means a ton to me. So, Simbri in first place, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us for this stream. I know it was an awkward day, but I really do appreciate it. So, welcome to the party, all you new people. Hopefully that you stay and enjoy and continue to have fun with us as we continue on our little adventure. Wells Fargo Wagon has a 44% chance of accuracy. We're going to boost this up with a Warlord and see if we can annihilate a couple of peoples. So, targets 8 for 51% accuracy. And give them the love. That's quite a bit of lovely damage on that one. 7 damages for every single hit. And that's last one with life on the Jones. Oh, that was awesome, somebody. Thank you so much. Do have a shot here with Lego, so Lego's just going to basically walk forward and continue to fire. Do I want to shoot? Yeah, we're just going to fire the normal one instead of the cluster. He missed again. Unfortunately, he didn't flatten the building because that would have been cool. The coolest things that happen on urban mechs are when you miss and flatten the building behind them. Because it's just like, yes, this is full-on mech combat, sir. And I want the Mad Cat in close, so we're just going to continue to rush on in forward. He'll be able to flank on around, use that Ultra Autocannon 20 to the maximum effect. T-Bone 0 for 2. Unfortunately, he is struggling a little bit, although he did knock down the building he was stuck inside, thus proving that Lego can blow up the broadside of a barn. Arclight, if you wouldn't mind, see if you couldn't catch up. You're not a Mad Dog, probably can't catch the Mad Dog for now, but what you can do is place yourself in a position to flatten some buildings. Target the building. 80 health, I can handle that. Sure, we'll shut off one of the PPCs and bring it down. Crispy. It's very crispy now. Alrighty, so we're making it easier for us to actually find this Oh, the vulture is probably very much terrifying. T-Bone versus building. Alright, Exodus. Barbecue pulled. Oh, did you just give me a back shot? What's the accuracy on this? 54, that's not bad. Considering what it is. Continue to give him the heat. And also knocking down the building next to it. I love this game. I love this game so much. Alright, we'll shift the barbecue bolt off to the side. We have now created a line of sight. Oh, thank you, Deadly, for the bits. Always appreciated. Always raining down. We really do appreciate it. We get little shamrocks with that one. That's awesome. Alrighty, so let's see if we can hurt him. Ultra, autocannon 20, 1 hit, 1 miss, and then we follow with the acid, and just so much acid. We also got an ammunition explosion, which increased his heat quite considerably. T-Bone, I would like you to make it known that you are still awesome and cool. You can do this, right? If I fire, like, all kinds of projectiles, no, fire this one. Oh, nope, fire the scrap mode. Don't break the gun. I know that was my mistake, but don't break the gun. And he didn't break the gun? Okay, good. That's the second time I've accidentally fired in scrap mode with that mech. I need to stop doing that. I'm going to lose the mech, that'd be bad. Wells Fargo Wagon about to come in with more ATMs from indirect lines of sight. Not particularly accurate, but hey, we can always give some love. And ignores, guarded, and damaged. More pennies are best pennies, yes indeed. Yes, Commander. Alright, Jester, bring in your Marauder. It's time for Sprogue to shine. So we're going to go full on Warlord to give him the maximum effect. We are jamming him, and we have good accuracy. Nail him. That's a Gauss Rifle hit, and that right there is a dead mech, and a dead building behind the mech. I would not want to die in the middle of that fire. Game, we killed everything. Does anybody know the debug command in order to automatically win the game? Because I think we automatically won the game. We may have broken the game when we took out that initial lance. Yeah, there's no opposition. Somebody want to get Shad on the horn? Because I do actually have the debug console active. I just don't know how to get into it. Speaking of, does anybody know how to activate the debug console? Because I've never had to use it before. But we are in a shape where there is a mech that is gone. I need to stop doing that before it is. Oh. Alright, so we need to get ourselves fully situated on here. With a lovely little victory. Oh, did it pop up? Where did it pop up? And I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Alright, does anybody know how to actually use this thing? Victory? So has anybody ever used the debug menu? Every so often you run into a little couple of problems. And we need to resolve them as fast as possible. so we can get back into the action. And always remember, patch, sim gaze, rehydrate. Make sure that you always drink a lot of water, kids. That way you can continue to be cool and run just like a chilled out mech. Thanks, Zero, but no. Well, I'll close this for now and do a little bit of a tour, a detonation tour. Oh, wrong button. How do I kill it? I don't really know even how to kill it. Exodus, you can run. Oh no, I can't run it as long as I'm currently in this menu. So that's a lot of fun. Shift tilt? No. Was it escape? Nope. There it is! That's how we bring up the whole thing. Feature extra logging. Ah, yes. The console that I never have to use until now. Let's see if I can just achievements. Command. Nope. We've turned a little bit into a hacking simulator. Exclamation point help. Didn't work. Oh, there's help. Nope. Doesn't seem to read up. A little bit of a slowdown now. I am trying to automatically win the game because we have cleared out the mission, but the game doesn't realize that we have cleared out the mission. And so we must enter into the debug menu that we wish the game to end because, well, victory is ours. Clearly, we've annihilated all of our targets in stunning fashion, I might add, by flattening half the city in order to get to the final target. But we've managed to do it amazingly. It's lovely. But now, unfortunately, the game on occasion does hiccup a little bit. The price of doing mods is that sometimes things don't work quite as well as you think they should. And so, every so often you have to go on with things like this. I suppose I could submit a log on this one, but I don't think I'd want to because my game is slightly modified in order to prevent allied lances from dropping in to support us. If you do not have 8 full mechs in order to drop, what the game will do sometimes is it will provide you with a second lance of mechs. Unfortunately, the AI isn't quite up to the task of handling those, and so I remove them. In order to do that, you have to change a couple of things. Type faster, Raza. Yes, Raza. Quickly. Show shirt. The last time I showed the shirt, a wormhole into a new dimension managed to open up. See if I can't tilt this down a little bit without totally ruining everything. There we go. This is our lovely little Lego shirt, which is our little channel mascot. He's a beautiful little urban mech with a giant cannon and a medium laser. The writing on here is actually yellow. Unfortunately, it does not understand how that works because, well, it's trying to create a universe that does not exist. So we'll back that up a little bit. Oh wow, it's actually not doing everything. Right, because you're tilted, aren't you? We can adjust like so. And this is why I try never to actually touch that thing. Because I had this adjusted the way I wanted it, and now I've undone all of my work. All of my hard work undone and destroyed in an instant. And yes, Sprog, we are currently raffling off 2 of these shirts. We have a large and an extra large version of the shirt. If you are interested in getting your hands on one of each of those sizes. So if you want to be involved in that, Control Shift minus. That didn't work. Hit the drop down, select complete mission. I may have opened up a console I wasn't supposed to open up. Yeah. Right. There we go, okay. So Control Shift minus. There it is. And then we go. Not that. Complete mission. Perfect. Tell Raza thank you very much.
Mission successful.
Alright, so we managed to accomplish our mission after a little bit of technical magic and jiggery. And now we can get our 104 priority salvage and get all of them to C-bills, which will get us out of debt, which We really needed to get out of debt. We were almost dead in the water on this company. I'm going to tilt this a bit more because it's bugging me. There we go. That'll hide things. Hide the universe better. You can do it. Woo. Alrighty, so we managed to earn 779,870 Seables. Lots of things now. Hackerman. Alright, so barely any damage on that one. We should take a more difficult mission, I think. Oh, they're disputing! They wish to take away the 4 Vulture mech parts. I'll accept it. They're willing to give me 2 heavy MRM-40s. I'll accept it, thank you. You can have your Vulture parts. I want the ammunition. Alright, they still left, well, terrible mech parts. But there's 3 heavy MRMs left on the table, which is really, really nice, because they're heavy MRM-40s. Oh, I want to build this into the Crusader so bad. But unfortunately, I've only got 1 piece of loot. Show me ammunition. I need it. I need it desperately. Give it to me. Give me all the ammo. Oh, it's acid MRM ammo. Have to take it. Okay, now, please, game. Please. I need 3 more pieces of ammunition and nothing else. It gave me... I should have been specific. Oh, that's lovely, game. I should have been specific. I wasn't. That's on me. Okay. It gave me 4 more pieces of ammo. They just weren't the ammo that I needed. Well, at least we have one of the acid MRMs, so that's going to be helpful. We should actually check the shop. Oh my god, we have money. We have money and a faction shop. Let's go check the shop. Maybe there's heavy MRM ammo there. I'm in desperate need of even more ammunition so that we can win all the battles by basically blowing up all of the enemies in the most glorious style that you can possibly imagine. Or at least that's going to be the plan. Yeah. Hopefully we can make this run absolutely beautifully. At least that's my more or less plan. Can I have heavy is that a warg? I don't know what a warg is, but that's the name of the mech. We haven't named it yet, but I suppose we can name it the warg. You could if we could find him, but we didn't get him. So no. 20,093 for the next 2 days, so we should be able to turn this around to another fast mission before the end of the month, which will be lovely. But first things first, show me the store. I wish to go shopping. Tell me all of the things and all the stuff that we wish to get. Faction, hi. I'm interested in your things, specifically your missile things. Oh, there's heavy MRM-20s in the shop. Is there ammunition for those heavy MRM-20s? There is not. There's acid ammunition for the streaks, and ER ammo for the ATMs. But sadly, not quite what I'm looking for. Ballistics is giving us magshot cannons for a fairly significant price. So the magshot cannon has 16 rounds, does 40 damage, and weighs 8 tons, which is really nice, actually. It's like an AC-5, except self-contained, which is cool. Energy weapons, we're looking at small pulses, chem lasers, medium improved heavies, which are always lovely. And we already saw that. Support says we got a tagger and ammo AMS. Some fusion cores, primitives, and a PPC capacitor, but we're not going to do it. Time to put those HE ATMs. If the mech isn't damaged, which I may not be, actually. Yeah, it's not damaged. Oh, lovely. So let's go over to the mech bay. Let's all go to the lobby. Show me my Mad Dog Prime. The Wells Fargo wagon. It's a coming down the street. So let's see if we got some HE ATMs so I can replace all of my standard ATMs. Because the HE ATMs deal an additional amount of damage, which is lovely. So we need ammo. We need ATMs. We have 2 tons of HE ammo. So ammo. And we'll separate them. We'll make them less likely to get blown up together. There we go. Now we got 3 different types of ammunition onto this mech, so we can cycle between standard ATM ammunition, high explosive ATM ammunition, which is plus 4 damage and plus 1 stability, but minus 50% to all range brackets, so it's a short range ammunition group, and an extended range ammunition, which is minus 4 damage and stability, but plus 90% to all range brackets, which is a lot of fun. Oh, in Mech HQ, I don't think heavy MRMs actually exist in tabletop. So, yeah, it's an Omni-Mech. Omni-Mechs are refit at incredible speeds. They take only a single day to modify most things. Are you still guys hurting for support personnel? We can always use more support personnel. We have a huge company of like 159 people or more. Right. Way more than that. It's got to be more than that at this point. All right, so we will make sure that the Wells Fargo wagon is on top of the pile, which will be pushing back the Crusader a little bit more, but I think it ought to be fine. We need to chill out for 2 days on that, but 3 days according to our pilots. So we're going to get another couple of days on the Wells Fargo wagon. And I'll great. Or not the Wells Fargo wagon, the Crusader. Uno, dos, trace and stop. All right, show me the... Yeah, mech bay one more time just to make sure I didn't break anything. We didn't break anything, lovely. Oh, my poor Eben Jag. You're being totally refit again, and it's taking forever. Someday you will be back on the field.
Take off your shoes.
Wells Fargo wagon, how far can I go? One more day to the Eben Jag? Is it? Really? Let me check. Oh, it is. So Cauldron born in a single day. I say we wait on it, because at this rate we haven't caused any major damage. And if well, I could replace the Lego with it. Yeah, we could do that. Sure, let's do that. Cycle day. Week 99, day 2. A quick check of the mech bay to double check how the Eben Jag got along. And yeah, there it is. It is equipped with a heavy, large laser and a whole ton of ATMs because we needed the additional. We've been leaning more and more heavily on ATMs. DeMarco says it only in lab space, he said? Are the pool tables set up in the lounge? I think so. I would imagine so. After all, we do have the level 2 lounge. So that gives us the bar. So, although we do need to start working on Betapod sometime soon. Unfortunately, I can't afford the 900,000 at the moment. So let's head on over to my barracks, not my command center. I need to double check my pilots, make sure they're all upgraded, and then we'll probably try and take a little bit more difficult of a mission. So Apollo is good. Arclet is good. Coach is good.
Yes, ma'am.
X is rocking.
Standing by.
Exodus is excited.
Good to go.
Jester has leveled up. All right, we can grab Tactics, which will give him Called Shot Mastery, which is great. Especially on the mechs we tend to put him on, plus Initiative as well. Or we could go Guns, which is a -2 base recoil penalty. Ooh, I kind of want to go in that direction. Just because the -2 recoil is huge. Arclight is cranky. Arclight can suck it up. She needs to learn how to deal with other people. Overheat threshold, but it's not a temperature gain. I think I want to go Gunnery. Yeah, I want to go Gunnery for the -2 recoil. That'll give us more flexibility when we start building rack mechs again. Rotary autocannons for all of their hilarity.
Waiting for
T-Bone is good. Alright, so all of our pilots are rocking and rolling, so let's head on over to the command center, see if we can have a little bit more fun. Played too much Medal of Honor. Here, Bar. Still think running assault rifle. Yeah, it happens. Let's go up to a take the bait. Or hostile insertion. Ooh, both are battles, both are great. Who's this against? It's against Clan Wolf. And who's this against? It's a local pirate organization. So here's why I'm taking this one first. We have 4 parts to a Red Reaper. I want part number 5 so I can build the bloody mech. Because it won't let me build the mech unless I have all of the pieces. So we're going to do this. Alright, Eben Jag and the Not a Mad Dog. That, of course, being our Warhammer equipped with all the lovely heavy weapons. Arclight can get in the Not a Mad Dog, which puts T-Bone in the Cauldron Born, because it's a little bit more of a support weapon. I don't think I want Jester in the Marauder, but nobody has recoil, so it doesn't really matter. Swap. Because that'll put Jester in the Timberwolf, which does have recoil on the Ultra Autocannon. So that'll help it make sure it doesn't jam as much. Right, that should be lovely. Let's drop on down and see if we can't cause some havoc. Havoc, pain, and damage is what we're aiming to do. So we've managed to get quite a lot of work done today. We've managed to get ourselves out of the massive crippling amounts of debt. We've managed to hone several of our brand new mechs, especially our pretty nimble and fast heavies. And yeah, we're going to be building even more stuff. For the love of everything holy, we can't build more mechs. We already have a few months left. Well, there would be a massive exception made if we got our hands on a Red Reaper. I don't think you understand just how amazingly good the Red Reaper is, Sproke. It's a 75-ton Black Knight with a large combat shield and a vibro sword. Does a lot of damage when you get up into up close and personal melee. It's amazing. And we're getting them. Did you launch the game via Steam menu? It gives me a splash screen, then a black screen that changes my cursor. I have it on Good Old Games. So I'm not quite sure how it works for the whole Steam versus GOG. I mean, I imagine it would work the same, but I have no evidence nor proof to prove that. Oh, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? It's because the camera got moved. Camera got moved and now it's cranky. Melee is for freeers. Melee is for gentlemen and scholars, sir. The amount of firepower you can get done with a melee attack is hilarious, and I love it. Came out for real this time? Alright, thank you, waited for hanging around. Hopefully you have a great night. Very much happy to have everybody join us on this one. This day has been going so much better. Yesterday we crashed 4 times. We updated to the most recent version, and I think we're going to have to restart, because I think we may have been dropped in the middle of nowhere.
Whoa.
Oh no, we're good.
Look at this place. It's so green.
Heavy Pharaoh for everyone. Oh, are we in line of sight of targets? They're behind us. We've been flanked. I'm gonna reserve. But yeah, we've been flanked. Things are going to suck. Hopefully they won't suck too badly, and we'll be able to keep our mechs alive. Because otherwise, all hell is about to break loose. Because having your back towards the enemy is always a really dangerous thing. Large laser, firing over in all direction. No major connections so far. We are doing fine. No danger. No danger at all. And reserve. We're going to go basically to the bottom. Because we don't want to them to have spawn protection. What do we got over here? Somebody with a whole bunch of medium lasers. Not all that worried. Like everybody sit still and wait. It's a trench bucket. I'm not that worried about it. So I got a trench bucket, a marshal, which is basically a big assassin in this game, and we'll continue to move on bit by bit. Wait till we get low enough in the initiative phase so we can react to all of their actions. They're still waiting for the dust to clear from the dropship landing down right in front of them. Clearly that's what's going on, Smoke. Haven't you gotten the memo just yet? I don't want to update and lose my Lance of Lambs. Why would you lose your Lance of Lambs? Are you playing on a previous version that it doesn't... You'd have to be playing on, like, the pre-Flashpoint version in order for that not to work. Or the pre-Urban Warfare version. The only mech that's broken right now is the Stormcrow. And reinforcements have arrived as anticipated. We're looking at least 12 mechs, possibly 15. Or 18 if we were fighting Comstar, but we're not, so we're feeling pretty fine about that one. That one missed pretty bad. At tells me very little. At Tirak 117. So let us see how the enemy chooses to respond to the overwhelming firepower with which we bring to the ultimate table. Ostrak preparing for his massive quad large laser 4. That is not exactly healthy for us to, be standing in the middle of at all. Luckily forgets to come right back onto the combat. So let us prepare for war. Apollo, if you don't mind. Do you have an actual target here? We have the Trebuchet, we have the light mortar carrier, and the Marshal out in front of us. Behind us, we're looking at the Ostrak, phase 17, which means we're still waiting for the Hunchback to go. I'm gonna wait. Ooh, it's a Dervish. Reserve. Don't at me. I know my luck. First launch of RT is just a black screen with the in-game mouse cursor? That sounds very odd. What you can do is you can go to the RogueTech Discord and they will try and help you out. Just try and be a little bit careful about it. They tend to be a little bit aggressive. Try closing the game and starting again. Yeah, that can work too. It should pop up. Oh, we're getting hit by thermal bolts. We got a hybrid launcher. That's got to die now. Hybrid launchers are evil. They deal heat as well as LRMs. So they have thermal bolts, which are Thunderbolt missiles, except they also have giant heat carriers. So that's got to die in short order. Can you get in close? No. Is anybody going to be looking close? Timberwolf? Probably not. I don't want that thing in my back, but I may not have much of a choice. Where's that Ostwar? Or the Ostrak? I can get to the side of you. Might even be able to dig through, but it looks like somebody's jamming me. Let's go check it out.
Roger. Full speed.
Our ACM is being removed, so somebody does appear to be jamming, although we do have good accuracy with the Ultra AC-20. The Firestarter is an easy shot. The Ostrak is a harder shot. I think the Hunchback might be the source of the jamming. Let's go full Warlord on this one. Hi, buddy. There goes his left arm. Got a whole bunch of extra damage from the dead fire SRMs for massive pain. Read the wiki before you go to the Discord? Yeah, that's great advice, actually. Alright, see you around, Autobot. Thank you for hanging out with us for the time that we were online. Barbecue Pulse. Could go after the Hunchback. He's quite vulnerable and about to fall over. Probably may end up regretting this, but I kind of want to make sure that he goes down. I'm just worried that he might have something truly dangerous. Go to SRM mode and keep it on standard listen kill. Yeah, we're going to see if we can't get the kill out of this one. Not quite, but he is going over. So we've knocked the Hunchback off. We don't even have to worry about him anymore. Fire started in the back of the dervish over there. Yeah, we got this mostly handled.
Good to go.
Apollo, Wells Fargo ad. See if I can't get you a Lennis out on the thermal carrier. Or if it matters at all. Not great, if I'm honest. Right. I'm going to set up right here. Oh, shoot. No, you're in the Marauder. Crap. My bad. Well, let's see if we can't give the trebuchet some love. I'll shut off one of the ER large lasers because the shot is bad.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Apollo nailing with a Gauss rifle. That was not expected.
I've got your back.
Which means Punisher's in the Wells Fargo wagon. Of course. My mistake. Do we have a mask on this thing? We don't. Mimer acceleration signal circuitry. Monstrously powerful in the right hands. I would like to have a good angle here without presenting my back. We're really caught in the middle, and this is not healthy for anybody involved at the moment. Maybe we need to finish off this notchback. Yeah, I think we're going to run away from the thermal bolt and hope that the catapult overload can take care of it. Oh, except I already moved him. Firing him. And he's dead. Taking care of the number one. So Hunchback is down. We're dealing with 25% of that lance is destroyed. Not a Mad Dog can now come over here and kill even more. I don't want to reveal myself too badly on this one. We need to be careful. 72, 20. Overloaded. Let's hit this fire starter like a brick. So enjoy. Twin PPC hit plus the MRM follow-up. And he's feeling a tad unsettled, as you might be after you start taking some pretty serious fire. Cauldronborn will also start operating over on this side angle. We'll spread out just a little bit because I'm aiming at the fire starter. We're going to kill him first. ATMs to high explosive and large laser. Nailed him with the heavy large laser and the high explosives. Managed to tear off an entire arm. He's lost a large laser and quite a bit of other gear. So bad days all around. Hardened ferrofibrous is repairing. Barbecue bolt immediately set to integrated laser AMS to overload to take care of all of those pesky incoming thermal bolts. Shift right on over here. And you jammed your MMLs. That's not good. Fire everything. And there goes the fire starter. So, with violence of action, we are blasting our way through the one side. Punisher, you're up next. The Wells Fargo wagon is in a really good position to be really aggressive. Make sure we set over the high explosive versions, but after all, we did spend the day to build on them. Ooh, and look at that accuracy. That's lovely, lovely accuracy. Warlord to increase the damage. 120 of them for 10 damage apiece. And Ostrock is having a bit of a bad day. Who's on next? Enemy phase, operating on 21. Hopefully the thermal bolts will not be able to get us as long as we got the overloaded laser AMS system. That should keep us intact, and we won't have to worry about too many things sort of on the incoming fire. Although, you can't guarantee that. They could get through regardless. ATM hell of a drug. Oh, it's so much fun. ATMs are good for you and me. Shifting over here with the Marauder, you've got a side angle shot. Oh, is there a light mortar carrier? I don't think there is. Yeah, there's no light mortar carrier. We took care of it. Good Marine Corps tech strategy. Yep. So we are just gonna rip on through these guys and have fun while doing it. I need to get a shot on the thermal bolt. Okay, damage reduction. Hybrid carrier. I think we shot down his missiles. Or at least some of them. Maybe not.
Barely a hit, Commander.
Did you opt not to thermal me? That may actually have been the case. Alright, Timberwolf with your acid SRMs. We're going to come right up on up here. And burn you. Ultra autocannon plus the acid fire for the maximum stability problems. His gyro's been destroyed. He's feeling a tad unhappy, which is always lovely for us. And the dervish bouncing around, trying to avoid getting too far caught up in the incoming firepower. Alright, not a Mad Dog. Let's rush our Warhammer on forward with its MRM-40. Not you. Oh yeah, you. Apparently you are the target. Thought I knocked you down. Apparently not. Just enough MRMs to blow out his entire engine. Oh, we've taken out an entire lance worth of targets so far. 2 more to go. Incoming fire on the Marauder. He's just outside the range. So if they fire the thermal bolts at the Marauder, that's the worst thing in the world. Because the Marauder is, well, separated from everybody else, so I don't have to worry about any sort of incoming damage. Can I direct fire on you? I cannot. Can swing over to start engaging you. Which I'll start to do. Bring the Cauldronborn on over. I have more targets over here to deal with. Switch over to standards. And we'll give them nothing, because we'll just chill out. The hit percentage, 8%, is just not good enough to want to throw a couple of ATMs at a target. You shot yourself in the foot? That's not good. Yeah, they decided to fire the thermal bolts over towards the Marauder. He is going to continue to cook. We have a lot of DACA? We do. Once we start getting really on target, things start dying. Dervish is showing up and he's looking for a fight. Most of his SRMs just instantly got shut down by the overloaded laser AMS. And back up to the top of the phase, and our lovely little Cauldron-born repairs its damage because it is top secret and awesome. Was 1.71 and DL'd heavy assault. Oh yeah, that's gonna... It only works on 1.71 so far. So yeah, that is gonna stop you from making it operate properly. So, how will we respond? Well, with great firepower and aggression. Exodus, you're driving the barbecue pole? Right, so Punisher. Can you get him right behind him? Not quite, but you can't get it sort of right up on top of him. So we're going to swing right on in here. And yeah, all these HEs are going to have fun with you. 55-ton mech suddenly has lost his entire leg armor. In an instant. And then we'll shift our barbecue bolt onto the side, which means he's not covering the others, but that's okay. Risk less than kills. This could kill you potentially, but his laser AMS is jammed anyway. And there goes the Dervish. So the reinforcement lance has been dealt with, and now we no longer have anyone towards our back. So go ahead and start being aggressive. Apollo. Right, so you got hit pretty bad actually. You're just going to sort of continue your high altitude sniping. It's so weird the fact that your Gauss rifle is so much worse compared. Sure, hit the Marshal. Oh, nailed him with the Gauss rifle and the large lasers. We're getting some damage done tonight. T-Bone, bring your Cauldron board in. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of extra firepower going down. Oh, I can get side angles and everything. Yeah, let's push this trebuchet. Side angle and coverage. I made a Stormcrow with 12 clan flamers and 1 plasma cannon. Holy crap, man! Talk about a barbecue. Unfortunately, we did not get him with the large laser. That would have been awesome. I love how you're shooting Infernos with 1 launcher and a barbecue. It's fine. Who carries a weapon every day, and what do you carry? More incoming fire. Cauldron-born will basically heal all of this damage. It is equipped with a special modified ferrofibrous armor which heals itself. It's terrifying in every single way, and you should fear it because when it starts coming for you, oh boy, are you in trouble. When we manage to grab it, it is heavy though. The armor that we have is incredibly taxing in terms of tonnage. So, and we don't have a lot of space either, but we do just continually heal over time, which makes things rather hilarious when it comes to trying to absorb damage that is coming our way. Because like, oh yeah, you can hurt me, and then I'm just going to heal all the damage that you hurt me with. Hi, Clay.
Yep.
Bring my nut a mad dog. And we do have a target from here. We'll take it. We'll see what we can get done with PPCs. Shut off the MRM, so that'll keep our temperatures nice and chill. Give the trebuchet some love.
I'm on it.
Oh, we almost hit our friendly, but we managed to nail him both times, and that'll destroy the trebuchet entirely. You can actually shoot your own friendlies in the back. In Urban Warfare, they introduced the possibility of missed shots still hitting things, and the context they set that up was that you could manage to hit a target that was behind the target you were actually intending to aim for. Oh, there it goes. Missed the thermal bolt, but it still managed to get most of that. However, RogueTech removed that check, so you can actually friendly fire yourself if you're not careful about the firing angles. So be careful. Don't just willy-nilly engage to the back. Leave that to the professionals like me, who had to create an entire emote because we kept shooting our own people in the back. Alright, Wells Fargo. Oh yeah, we need to set these to... Interesting. We need to set these to standards to give them the range required. Or ERs. Yeah, let's go ER. The damage is lighter, but the accuracy is significant. Ooh, hybrid carrier. Yeah, you're getting all this. Let's see if I can't blow your face off. There we go. Just enough in order to annihilate the carrier. 75% of that lance taken care of. We just got a couple more mechs. 5 more units in total, and we'll have this taken care of. Almost with it. Special phase technology PPCs. We have everything under control. Marshall shifting along to the side, going to attempt to engage from long range. Oh yeah, he's got the lasers to do it with. As I come in, we brought the 1.8 DLC, embrace me with open arms. Yeah, you can't do that, unfortunately. Exodus. Let us bring my barbecue bolt on forward. I want to cause all the maximum damage to all the targets. I'm gonna have to hang back if I want to do that. Alright, in that case, just run. Let's get you on in close. Alright, Apollo, please tell me you're in a position to do something, Apollo. I want to cause maximum pain to a target. Right. Right. Not much to work with, but we'll take it.
Got it. Run, don't shoot.
Continuing our sort of sniper assault. Didn't manage to hit him with a large laser still, so I'm going to take that. Alright, Jester.
Waiting for orders.
Let's bring Jester along for the ride to get on nice and close to the target, because we got to make sure all targets must be engaged from maximum close range, utilizing the greatest of weapons, such as ultra autocannons. Hi, buddy. You've just come within range of my high explosive ATMs. We have a large laser missing again, but we did manage to structure expose on him, so now he should be in extra danger. Do you have a target? You absolutely do. Oh, you... Wow, that's really terrible. Okay, I guess we're moving. Guess we don't have a proper target on the enemy.
All right, full speed.
Yep. Just chill out. Save that heat for later when it'll be useful. And we'll see how things end up turning out. Where is the rest of the enemy, though? I'm a little bit confused. More incoming. Oh, wow. That was a nasty hit on the Cauldron. Pulse lasers and 10 damage weapons. Managed to make him nearly unstable, but more importantly, almost got through that armor. But the Cauldron will repair it all. Well, not all of it, but it'll start to. Eventually, it will get to a point where there will be no armor damage on it. Timberwolf, on forward. Do me a favor. Don't shoot my guy in the back. That's all I'm asking of you. I need you to show a little bit of restraint, firepower, and make this work. It didn't work. Well, we tried. And that's the important bit. Ooh, is he out of SRMs? That's unfortunate. I kind of need them. They're somewhat important to my plan. Does anybody know where these enemy units are? I think we may have run into another lance that did not spawn. Can't wait for the new Sense System Marauders. Oh, he's going for a punch! And he cannot touch this. We are far too evasive. Far too aggressive in our Cauldronborn, and you don't get to touch this mech. Exodus, bringing the barbecue bolt for all of the additional heat control. Although in this case, you know what? Integrated laser AMS on. Lay down a sensor lock on top of the Marshal. That'll help. Make him less evasive. Target locked on. That'll bump us up to 47% accuracy. Yeah, reset this one to damage. And go for the hits. Alrighty, good amount of damage so far. Get over it. We can handle that just a bit. Alright. Come on, buddies. Surrender. You know you want to. Oh, just causing so much damage to my Cauldronborn. I'm gonna run up to you and I'm gonna beat the everyone crap out of you, and you don't even realize it.
What's up, boss?
Alright, comes sprinting on down the mountain. I mean, let's see how good of a shot that is. Oh, wow, that's actually really good. Full Warlord for the control. Good damage on that. Tore off his leg. He's going to be on the ground and vulnerable. Trying to get a Black Knight in my game. Black Knights are fun. Red Reapers are better. They're melee Black Knights with a Vibro Sword. All the sorts of damage you could ever want onto a mech. Ooh, is that a direct line of sight? That is.
Roger.
Target is center torso. Shut off a medium laser. 2 medium lasers? 3 medium lasers? 3 medium lasers for the heat.
Engaging target.
Good hits on so far. Most of his center torso has been exploded.
Commander?
T-Bone. Arclight, where are you?
Yeah?
In a position to do anything to him? Oh, you are more than in a position to do something to him. Overload everything. Target is center torso. MRMs 2 on, and let it rip. Alright, that's 100% of the enemy units have been destroyed. It's just the one remaining. Alright, we can get some love done on this one. You can stand still.
Good to go.
T-Bone, get to his back.
Got it.
Hi, buddy. And he's dead. Good job there.
Gotcha.
Alright, so that's the entire enemy lance annihilated in short fashion. We've managed to just kill absolutely everything that we ever came across. I'm feeling pretty fine about that one. Brutal wreck, destruction. All of these things that we bring to the fight and the table. Alrighty. At least until you get a Berserker. Yes, well, until you start getting the 100-ton melee mechs, yes. But even then, the Red Reaper is actually pretty good. We managed to get a lot of damage done in fairly quick order. 209,000 Seabills. A whole bunch of stuff, and I kind of went through and annihilated everybody a bit faster than I otherwise wanted to. Give me the awestruck parts. Actually, no. Double check this stuff. I need flamers. I don't need the Thunderbolt 20. Missile targeting computer. And the spiked armor, thank you. Alrighty, so that's going to fill in everything. We also got the heavy laser Pyrant, the fuel cell, and swarm LRM ammo, for whatever that's worth anyway. So not a bad job at all. Alright, folks. We have had a lot of fun. We've been playing for about 2 hours. If you've enjoyed any of that, make sure you check on down all the links below, because we have a YouTube channel and a Discord. I'd love to have you along for the ride, and I will see you all in the next episode.